personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. Sactownsports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see, the new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-444-9336. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-9336. That's 800-444-9336. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-444-9336.
Maida Subaru says yes to big savings on the new Subaru you want during the sizzling summer sales event on now. Visit MaidaSubaru.com today for special spring savings on over 225 new and certified pre-owned Subarus.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR.
KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
LeBron James either made or broke Friday. I can't even tell.
Depends. I'm already sick of this guy.
But it's kind of over now, kind of.
No, because we got to talk about it for 4 hours.
Not really. Not the whole 4 hours.
We have to stroke his ego.
We're doing what?
Stroking his ego.
I don't want to do that.
It's LeBron James.
LeBron James. Oh, is LeBron James a new Will Hardy?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a Will Hardy drop on there?
It's on there somewhere.
It's got to be just called.
I gotta keep finding it. There's Kayla Hates Utah.
Well, we know
that
that
one's
one,
on there for
but
sure.
there's a Will Hardy one,
Mm-hmm.
which is Kayla
I gotta go through and play all
doing
of
her
it.
Will Hardy voice that now apparently is the LeBron James voice.
I just thought I'd add that in today.
So there's good news and bad news to this, and
Oh damn, I'm short today. Maybe I did shrink to 5'4" like everyone thinks.
No comment.
I'm not 5'4".
No comment.
It's all right, Anthony.
Every day.
Anyways, sorry.
The bad news is, for all of us in the content creator world, the stalled out LeBron James content saga is kaput.
Yep.
So we're still going to be reacting to this like Monday and Tuesday of next week, right?
Oh, are we?
Well, I'm not going to be on Monday. You're going to be.
Yeah, so no, we will not be.
Kayla's
That's
like, no,
my show.
I'm
do
on
what
Monday.
I want to do.
Matt's off. There's no LeBron James mentions
No, we'll
on
probably,
the show.
if there's anything extra to talk about.
By Wednesday, we're going to be like, well, now what? Thanks, LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out LeBron for doing this on a Friday, though. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Fridays are technically usually
like the dump
they're
days.
dumps.
Yeah, because you're going
They're dumps.
Because you're going into the weekend. But this
Right.
is like a, hey, Friday explosion of news.
And it was in the morning.
And let's party.
Yeah.
Let's party in Philly all weekend because LeBron James is a Sixer.
Awful.
Ew. LeBron James in a Philadelphia 76ers jersey? Ew. I don't like it. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look good. It's not right. It shouldn't exist. And yet it happened. I get it. I think, like, Anthony, I know you disagree with this because you think the Cavaliers would have been his best chance of winning a title. I think that Philly team is health dependent, very, very legitimate title contender with LeBron James on it. Not that LeBron's going to be the number 1 or number 2 option on that team. He's probably on some nights going to be number 4 on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Could even be 5 if Joel Embiid is healthy and VJ Edgecomb's playing well. But that team is stacked. That's a lot of names on that team, but it's Philly. Ew.
Yo, here's what I got to say about this. So we'll read his little excerpt.
This is his essentially, because he doesn't do a press conference, so
Yeah.
he just did his statement on Twitter.
Yeah. So before we do that, I really truly thought he was going to sign with either the Cavs. That was still like my hope, just because I wanted to see him end it in Cleveland. But I was starting to begin, I'm doing these like starting to begin really thinking, I'm doing these two, what the heck do you call it when you double it up? I really thought he might go to Golden State. I was like, maybe Golden State is really like where he's going to land and he's going to take another few, days, maybe a week to do it. I had 76ers out of my picture at this point. The only reason I say that is because I just didn't think LeBron wanted to go to Philly, and he kept saying it in terms of the family. Like, he said it was like part of the family's decision. But in this thing that he released in a statement, he pretty much says it wasn't about his family now, and that it was just specifically about winning a title.
Yeah,
correct. So I'm just confused.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The main family element of LeBron's decision was his daughter, because his daughter is still in high school, right? And his daughter is playing volleyball.
You mean right now, or when he went to LA?
No, I think,
right now.
I think like
right now.
part of the family part of his decision, which I remember hearing talked about, and I think he mentioned it, but I do not remember exactly because I don't care enough. But it was like LeBron, the family element of his decision was his daughter being a high school volleyball player. I could be totally wrong on that, but I feel like that was a part of the conversation.
Well, clearly it wasn't a big enough issue.
But I mean, here's what I respect about LeBron in this. By the way, reports are coming out left and right about DeMar DeRozan being connected to the Miami Heat.
Oh, yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about that later. What I respect about LeBron is he made it clear Or he said, and we were always kind of questioning, is this really it? He said, I want to try and win another title. He wants to still compete at 41, soon to be 42 years old.
Yeah.
I respect that because he went to Philly that has the Eastern Conference is loaded now, which is pretty crazy. He has a very legitimate chance to win a title with that team. It's not going to be like LeBron joining your team is not the same thing as it was when LeBron even joined the Lakers, but when LeBron joined the Cavs for the second time, or LeBron, of course, went to Miami. Like, it's not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're not getting close to that version of LeBron, but they're still getting LeBron at 50% is still better than over half the league, over 3/4 of the league. Some would say he's LeBron freaking James. I respect the decision, and Anthony and I were talking about this before the show, Kayla, right before you came in. It's a 2-year, $8 million deal, so it wasn't money-based.
No.
But I think we knew that was going to be the case with
This is a little lower than I thought.
You thought so?
Yeah.
Well, it's
just a little bit.
A 2-year, $8 million deal. The second year is a player option.
Yeah.
I don't think LeBron is going to be in Philly for 2 years, but I think LeBron is playing for another 2 years.
No, wait. Not according to his statement. He says this is my last decision. So I don't think he's going anywhere else besides Philly.
Believe that.
I don't know, Matt. You think he's going to put out all this stuff saying it's my last decision? And I don't know. I don't think he would.
Also started the decision saying, I thought I was going to, that was it after last season. Then he changed his mind.
Well, I think it was a morning show I was listening to right before I came in. And they were saying how it is sometimes hard, though, in your first year with that new team. Because there's enough talent there that if they don't get it done this year, they very well could get it done next year.
Sure.
So they were kind of alluding to the fact that it wouldn't be the end of the world if LeBron didn't get it done this year but played one more year because it is a 2-year deal.
I still...
You don't think he's staying there after a year?
I feel like this is the year that he's going for one more championship and then we're going to get the retirement tour. I don't think the two are going to overlap.
But he said he barely even was considering coming back this year. He seriously said at the end of last season, he was thinking about retiring.
I'm basing this completely off of who I've known or believed LeBron James to be, which is a showman. And LeBron, I do not believe for a single second any of the idea that LeBron does not want a retirement tour. That makes zero sense to me with who LeBron has always shown himself to be and who he has shown himself to be through this whole process. He's a showman.
But why didn't you just go to Cleveland then? Because you could have. It is just as good of a chance to win up there, and you could have just retired where you want to retire.
I think you have a better chance to win in Philly. I think the team is better in Philly. Shams also reported that he wasn't strongly considering Philly until the Jaylen Brown trade.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Philly's team more than I like him in Cleveland because I don't like James Harden at all, but that's pretty well known. Donovan Mitchell, I'm a big fan of, but Donovan Mitchell has been known to not be able to get it done in the playoffs. Like LeBron joining Philly, if VJ Edgecombe is the worst player in your starting five, you're stacked. And I know Joel Embiid, the question is always, can he stay healthy or not? Now it kind of doesn't completely matter because if he only plays 40 games, well, hey, the other 44 of them, you could start LeBron James at the 5 if you wanted to. Who cares?
I think it's funny to pick this spot because, yes, in your eye, and I think everybody can kind of give an opinion on why Cleveland might be a better spot, why, Philly might be a better spot, even if Miami might have been a better spot with adding maybe a couple more pieces that are smaller pieces. But Philly is a tough place also to finish business.
Got that right.
Philly F's up all the time. They just do. Go ask their fans. They'll tell it yourself. They'll tell it to yourself. So it is interesting because there are a lot of expectations now, which I'm sure LeBron loves. He loves a new challenge. But the minute that things don't go right there, he will be in a market where they don't give a damn if it's LeBron James. Like, he will be under fire, and it will be a soap opera. And I'm going to eat up every minute of it if it does not work out. I'm not saying it will or won't, but
I don't know LeBron, so I don't know what he's thinking, but I can just base it off of growing up my entire life with LeBron James at the center of basketball and the sport that I love the most, and knowing who he is and who he's been as a showman, I do not believe that LeBron James would choose Philly for his retirement tour. I don't believe it. I think LeBron James would choose Philly to win a title, and he's got this player option so that he can back out of it and do his retirement tour with Cleveland or with Miami or whoever he wants at the end of it.
Wow, Matt, I don't know if I agree with you on that.
Then I might be wrong, but this is who I've believed and known LeBron to be his entire career. Going out as a member of the Philadelphia 76ers does not make sense to me at all for who LeBron has always been about his image and about his story.
I don't disagree with that, but I do disagree with then why did he make... Truly, if this is going to be his last 2 years, it just seems ridiculous. And I know his family is still a part of this whole decision-making process. He might not have said that. It had nothing to do with them. Come on now. Like, he's a family dude. Like, family comes into consideration. But I just don't see going through all this work to sign with Philly. He said he took, 4 weeks or whatever it was to rest on this, to think about this, to give him time, to give him clarity. And then you're just going to play here 1 year, and then you're going to go move on. I don't know. It seems like a lot of effort to me.
Depends on what happens in the 1 year. I mean,
At that point, I just say peace out.
LeBron can basically go wherever he wants. And maybe the goal is if he wins a title in Philly, maybe that's his, I'm off. I'm leaving with a ring. But if they don't,
You don't think he'd try it one more year with them, though?
I do not believe for a single second that LeBron watched the retirement tour that Kobe Bryant got and did not want that for himself. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I think LeBron wants the retirement tour. And to have a retirement
Seems like a lot of
tour.
effort, man.
But
It's
that's
a lot of
LeBron.
effort. I know, but at some point, man, it's like, I get it.
LeBron,
but like,
in LeBron's mind, he is a god on this earth. And I don't even blame him. And I'm not saying that in a way that is meant to be hostile or accusatory. LeBron is Ronaldo. LeBron is Messi. LeBron is Pele. LeBron is one of the biggest, most international athletic icons this world has ever seen. And he's been playing for so long that he's even surpassed Jordan in many people's eyes with multiple generations. Not talking about skill or talent or rings, or not that debate. But LeBron has that icon status. And he relishes in it. He's always been that guy. He's always been a showman.
But then why even say, this is my last decision? You don't have to say that then.
Because he's telling a story. I don't think he's playing a character necessarily, but his statement is very dramatic. I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it, and I knew I needed some time to really decide. But I was pretty sure I played my last game. I was honest at the last press conference when I said I needed to look at myself and decide if I still love this game. And I still truly love this game. And I have so much more to give. The last few weeks have really been special. I've been able to have no clue what to do and take real time to just think. I've had an incredible few months with all the people I love trying to figure it all out. This is my last decision. I'm not going for money. I'm not going for family. What am I really playing for at this point? I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work. I still want to grind. I still want to compete, to win, and to have a chance at the feeling of winning another championship. I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team, and I'm so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA. Miami, I'll forever love, and Northeast Ohio will always be home.
Well,
it's a freaking monologue from a soap opera. It's dramatic.
Right, because I think it is really his last decision.
I don't take it as authentic as I think he's trying to
But
come
if
off
that's
as.
the case, then he's going to have to know if he does this yet again, people are really going to be like, you're a you-know-what.
I don't think
if
so.
he comes out, I will for sure. I'm off the LeBron chain completely. If he comes out again and does another one of these bull crap things.
How is it any different from Tom Brady retiring and then coming out of retirement, or Brett Favre retiring and then coming out of retirement. If LeBron plays a year in Philly and it doesn't go well, or maybe it does go well, but he's playing in front of a fan base that historically has hated his guts.
He chose to go there
because that's his best chance to win a title, which is what I believe is his motivation right now, and then his victory tour is coming after that.
If he chose to go there, then he has to suck it up, knowing that the fan base is what it is.
Right.
He's gonna get booed sometimes
but that's why
if he's playing poorly.
That's why he got the player option, though, so that after a year he can choose.
Do I
want to stick?
Weak, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
That's the power you have as a player. He can go wherever he wants.
Weak.
If he wants to come to Sacramento, he could come here.
If I don't like it and I get my feelings hurt by Philly fans, then I'm going to opt out. And then I'll go home to Cleveland where they celebrate me.
Yes.
Make the damn decision then to go to Cleveland.
He wants
I'm done with this.
He wants to win a title now. This decision, I feel, puts him in the best position to win that title, although there is an argument to be made. If he went to Cleveland or Miami, he would have had a better chance. But I think the Sixers team is stacked. A 2-year deal, the second year being a player option. He can experience this year in Philly, and let's say they're right on the cusp, and they just miss out. Oh, man, we can get it done next year, though. So maybe he picks up his player option and comes back.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't go well, and okay, now I'm going to do my retirement tour where I know I'm loved and I've been associated with my entire life in Cleveland. Or I could go to Miami and do it there. Or I can revisit this whole thing and make it a circus again, because this is LeBron. This is who he's always been, is let me tell a story. Let me be an icon. Let it be about me. That's why I've never, ever believed that LeBron was just going to ride off into the sunset without getting his, every time I go and play a road game in every city, they're going to give me a gift.
Right. I just feel like this is the end of that chapter, and that he's pretty much saying, like, this is, I mean, he might not retire next year, but if anything, he's probably retiring after 2 years. And I just don't see, like, I don't know. 2 years is not a long time. So
No.
why wouldn't you have just made the move to one of these places you wanted to retire in? And guess what are the 2 other places he mentioned? Well, he mentions LA because he's leaving LA.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course it's Miami and Cleveland.
Miami and Cleveland. Yeah, it was a 3-horse race, it sounded like.
Yeah.
It was a 3-horse race.
Yep.
And LeBron, like, we always kind of question, well, LeBron says he wants to win a title. Okay, does he? Does he? Because is it going to take less money to go and play for one of these teams that makes him a legit title contender? Well, he just did.
Well, I do believe this. I do believe that LeBron wants to be like one of those players that says, I went here and won a championship. I won here and won a championship. I went here and won it. And now I'm going to a place that they pretty much kick themselves in the face every single time in the playoffs. I'm going to go here and I'm going to change that. I do believe that's his mentality with that.
If I can bring a title to Philly too, and if I can get that fan base to worship me, I'll be immortal everywhere I go.
Yeah.
But if it happens, amazing. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I wouldn't put the Sixers as the favorite to win the title in the East, but they're certainly in the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's New York, it's Philly, and maybe is it Miami? Is it Cleveland? I don't know who the third is in that. Boston. We haven't even talked about them, but they just lost Jaylen Brown. Like, the East is stacked. It's not going to be easy at all. And again, LeBron is 41. He's in my mind, the primary scoring / number one guy responsibilities are going to be split between Tyrese Maxey, who's a bucket, and Jaylen Brown, who we know who he's all about. I'm Jaylen Brown. Give me the effing ball.
Yeah.
Then there's going to be VJ Edgecombe, who is more than a capable scorer, and you don't just want to drown him on the bench or put him in the corner. When Joel Embiid plays, he's a featured part of the offense. And then you have LeBron freaking James.
Right.
It's going to be a balancing act to figure out how that works. It's going to be incredibly interesting. It's the same thing we went through with the big 3 in Miami. How's this all going to work? Well, they figured it out. But that was prime young LeBron, not 41-year-old LeBron.
That's what the other part to this is interesting on paper, like having all these guys that are high caliber players, especially with Jaylen Brown there now. But sometimes when you see that, it looks so good, but then it's like, how does some of this stuff come together?
Yeah.
It doesn't always come together seamlessly. So I think that's going to be interesting to see how they all play.
Yeah. I don't know. And I think, admittedly, Kayla, part of the reason why I feel so strongly that this is not going to be LeBron's last year is because, for me personally, like, I care about stories. I care about, not everything has to have a storybook ending in sports, but a lot of times things do. And it just feels so anticlimactic for LeBron to end his career as a 76er. We talk all the time about Jordan Wizards. It was so weird and so strange. And I know LeBron has heard that his entire career because he's been compared to Jordan every step of the way. And for me, the idea of LeBron James leaving the NBA in a Sixers jersey, not in a jersey of the Cavs or the
But
or
he
the
could still
Heat.
go technically retire.
He could sign
do a 10-day.
Sure, but even so, when he actually plays basketball, the last basketball he's going to be playing is in Philly. There's part of me that, I'll be honest with you, doesn't want to accept that reality because it just doesn't feel right. Seeing these graphics of him in Sixers jerseys, I'm like, ew, it doesn't look good.
That's why I honestly was set on Cleveland. I was set on that's where he was going to call it a career. And that's why I'm so surprised. Because, yeah, I guess he could technically opt out in his second year of the contract. It's just, again, it's just a lot of, it just seems like a lot where you could have just picked Cleveland.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
He could have.
It's just weird.
I think Cleveland would have been easy. Cleveland would have been very easy. But I would agree with LeBron's assessment that Philly gives him the best chance to win.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Timberwolves would have given him a phenomenal chance to win too.
Yeah.
But
that didn't ever seem to be in the picture.
Cold as hell.
You know?
I mean, Philly's cold too.
Philly's.
And apparently,
have you been to Philly?
Yeah. I don't know, it's cold too.
He could live in New York and Philly.
That's a good point.
That's what Shams is reporting.
Yeah, that's a good
Shams is
point.
saying that LeBron is potentially going to live in New York and then take the 45-minute trip from New York City to Philly on a chopper.
Hey, give him my chopper.
I mean, that literally Shams is apparently talking about that. So, and that makes sense.
All right.
I don't know
I'm assuming LeBron already has a place in New York.
Oh, sure. He can get a place
Maybe
wherever he
two.
wants. Yeah, I don't know about the golf in Philly, though, LeBron.
Nah.
Ew, I just keep seeing LeBron in Philly jerseys, and it just is gross. Ew.
That is kind of weird.
It will be
Not gonna
hilarious,
lie.
though, to your point. Like, if he doesn't play well or things aren't going right, that fan base.
Oh, they will turn so quickly.
And
They
they-
don't care who you are.
And they already don't like his ass.
I
Like, they
know.
haven't liked him forever. He's LeBron.
Yeah, they'll like him for a second because it's all the hoopla to start with. But the second LeBron gets hurt or the second LeBron, isn't playing like he should, oh, ho, ho, they'll be barking.
Do you think there's going to be like a transitionary period at the beginning where like even Lakers fans were like, I didn't really like LeBron, like he's not really a Laker, and then they won a championship and he's like, all right, now he's a Laker kind of thing. Do you think that Sixers fans are not going to accept him at first, or do you think they're excited already?
Oh, no, I think they're excited because look at, like...
They're starving for anything.
Well, yeah, and they formed a super team.
Yeah.
Like, they started with Jalen. They got Jalen Brown. And then now they've added LeBron James on top of it. Like, I think Philly fan is going to be very excited. I think Philly sports radio today is probably popping off, going crazy.
Oh, God, can you imagine
Which is
that?
awesome. Like, I'm the interest is going to be through the roof in Philly games. Get prepared for 60 national TV games out of 82 Philly games. Like, that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be tremendous. And they're going to play on Christmas Day, and we'll see who they play. Maybe it's the Knicks. Maybe I don't know who they're going to play. Maybe it's Cleveland.
So do we think Philly could be the market that has the best chance for their teams to win championships this next season?
Ooh, that's interesting.
I know.
So it's...
Because they're always kind of in the mix.
It's the Eagles, because the Eagles
They're in the
are going to
mix.
be in the mix.
Yep.
The Sixers are 1,000% a title contender.
The Flyers are coming off of a good season.
Are they? Yeah, I couldn't tell you how.
Then they'd been bad.
The Philadelphia Phillies are good.
And the Phillies, rebooted
They got Harper,
things.
Schwarber. They're good.
Yeah, they're all at least competitive,
Yeah.
which is exciting.
It'll be interesting.
A lot of.
That city's so weird, y'all. Though, like
Never
it's
been.
such fandom there. Yeah, I've been to a Phillies game there. It's such fandom, but they go through so many like high ups and then like crazy downs.
Mm-hmm.
Like their fans, it's just like their fans, I guess. They display the city of brotherly love or hate.
We're going to talk about George Kittle and his interview with Chris Sims in the next segment. So really quickly, I know I'm imagining Mike wants to call and talk in about LeBron. What's up, Mike?
Hey, the main link here is just because it's a former King that I think a lot of us love. Like everyone knows Embiid is like the weak link over there. I think if I'm Philly, I am on the phone with Jonas Valanciunas' agent like crazy, and I think it's a spot he might love, like, because you're going to get minutes behind Embiid. They might even put Embiid on a minutes restrictions just to, like, get him to the playoffs. So what a good spot for that guy if he chooses to. But what do you think?
That's a really interesting call, Mike. I think Jonas Valanciunas makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I don't hate the idea of LeBron playing the 5.
Okay.
He can defend it. He can move, play a perimeter-centric game. Like, I think if Embiid is hurt and out for a specific amount of games, and you told me you're starting LeBron at the 5, I think it could work.
Mm-hmm.
Depending upon who you're playing. Now, if you're playing, you could do it probably against Nikola Jokic. Oh. Yeah,
because I'm obviously Valanciunas is out there right now for someone to get.
Is he a free agent?
I think he wanted to go home. I think he signed overseas.
Did he sign overseas?
He tried to last summer.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I'll check on that over the break.
Okay.
We'll take the break. When we come back, George Kittle did an interview with Chris Sims, and he had a lot of interesting things to say. Got very transparent, as much as he could, about the Brandon Ayuk situation. Talked about attending Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding, and even told a story of Kyle Shanahan challenging him to a fight. What? We'll hear from George Kittle next on Sactown Sports.
Does Russell Westbrook no longer fit into the vision for the Kings?
Russ outplayed his contract last year in every possible way, and I think he earned every penny of his check and then some. Well, now the Kings have turned the page. They got Darius Acuff in. They're trying to move on and continue the rebuild. Part of that is by giving the youth the keys to the castle, as I said. And also, I think Russ deserves better.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, Fortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
There's the hard way to buy a car, and then there's the Hoblet way. Transparent prices, fast paperwork, and a team that's there to help, not hover. We've spent 77 years refining this process so you can get in, get out, and get driving with zero drama. Car buying doesn't have to be stressful. At least, not when you do it the Hoblet way. Experience the difference at HobletDodge.com. The easy way to buy.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
At some point in my career, I hope I have the opportunity to interview George Kittle in a setting where you could just sit down and talk to the dude for a while. Like like TV interviews usually have to be pretty quick, and certainly scrums, you're just firecracker, and even press conferences. And I've asked George a couple questions before and gotten to chat with him a little bit up at like Edgewood Tahoe, the golf tournament up there. He's such an amazing personality. But just to sit down and have a conversation with the dude. Another thing that I learned about George, he is a diehard Lord of the Rings fan.
Oh,
diehard
okay.
Lord of the Rings fan. And he's a sneakerhead. So I've always wanted to
Look at that.
I just want to show George Kittle my tattoo and see what he thinks.
like a little child. But
Well, you can do that, and I'll do a sit down with Claire.
Claire is great.
I'm actually more interested to talk to Claire.
Claire could, I'm sure the amount of stories of just life with George Kittle.
Because they've been dating since Iowa.
Yes, they've been together a long time. And it's like, you know exactly who George is, but is there a point where it's just, not today, George. Not today.
Oh, for sure. She's a tough cookie.
And when
she's a tough cookie.
And she probably has those moments where she's like, I'm trying to be serious and have a very serious conversation. I know George can get serious too when he needs to, but I'm sure she'll be like, I'm serious about something, and he'll crack a joke, and she's like, I'll kill you.
Right. It'd be so hard to not laugh because Kittle is hilarious.
He is a breath of fresh air. And he went on with Chris Sims of NBC Sports. And they were talking about a number of things, including, of course, the Brandon Ayuk situation. And George, while, as you're going to hear, he can't share everything that he knows, he made it very clear whose side he was on.
Some maybe bad apples or something like that. Brandon Ayuk, right?
What do you want to know?
Well, are you guys like a little shocked about this turn he's taken there? I mean, you've known him. He was a teammate. Is the locker room, the guys, a little bit like, hey, what the hell's going on with Brandon Ayuk right now with some of these Instagram posts he's doing?
Well, a majority of this has come like during the summer break. So I literally got back to the building yesterday, and I have not seen anybody or heard anybody talk about it.
Okay. All right.
I would say in general, I feel like I know basically everything that's happened and what's gone on, and I can't share all of that because it's not my business to share or tell.
Yeah.
But I just will let you know that I feel like the Niners have done a very good job throughout the entire process and have tried. Kyle has tried. John has tried.
Yes.
Teammates have tried. And this is where we are.
Yeah.
And so I think the organization itself,
I
think the organization itself has done a really good job. And like I said, I know plenty of things, and I don't ever want to single out a player. I don't ever want to point a finger at anybody, but I've been here for 10 years and I've been treated with nothing but respect and love my entire career. I feel like I've done it the right way as long as I can. Contract negotiations are all always hard for everybody.
Yeah.
And you just try your best to not be sensitive about it. But I will say Richard Sherman gave me like advice back in the day when I was going through my first contract negotiation. It was contracts are like braces. They hurt and they suck the entire time. And then once you get your braces off and you get paid, you don't even remember having them. And it's a great time. Like that's kind of the mindset you have to have. And if you get offended by something, you hold on to it. that's kind of on you because everybody goes through contract negotiations and they're all difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, first of all, I love that analogy because it does make sense. But here's the other thing, like all players are different in how they handle that kind of stuff. And maybe Ayuk didn't have the advice that Kittle had. First of all, getting advice from someone like Richard Sherman, he's about as straightforward as you're going to get. So it's probably a good thing Kittle got that advice before negotiating a contract because you can get in your feels about negotiating contracts.
Sure.
It is really easy to let the feel part get in the way of the business part. And when it comes down to it, it is truly all business. And I do believe the 49ers organization, because the mass players that you hear talk about the organization, it is positive. And the players that go there because other players are telling them it's a positive experience. But there always will be those outliers and those players that maybe are a little more emotional about things like that. Clearly, Ayuk got in his feels after all of these contract things that happened. And I'm not saying the Niners were perfect, but I do think Ayuk took things maybe a little too personal. And Kittle's about as honest as they get, and he will be the first one to go and approach a player like he said he did last year with Ayuk and say, hey, man, do you need something? Like, how can I help? Ayuk obviously did not want his help, and there's other players that seem to have reached out. That's Ayuk at this point.
Yeah, I'm always impressed by George when he speaks. I'm always impressed. And that was a picture-perfect example of I do not have to say anything about Brandon Ayuk to let you know that this is on Brandon Ayuk. Like he didn't say anything personal, and he even mentioned there, like, I'm not going to single out a player, point to a player. All I can do is talk about my experience, talk about what I've seen that the Niners have tried to do, and whose decision it's on. And it's on Brandon. Like this entire situation is, for the most part, on Brandon and his inability to cooperate and anything that he may have taken personally and how he's chosen to carry himself. And I think we've all seen from the social media antics over the last couple months that, yeah, if there's someone that went off the deep end, it was not the Niners. It was Brandon Ayuk in that situation. So
yep.
I enjoy hearing George Kittle speak about that. How about George Kittle telling stories like this? A time when they were on vacation and his head coach, Kyle Shanahan, challenged him to a fight? What?
What's one of your favorite off the field moments of Kyle or anything you've experienced that way?
I'll give you this one. This was fun. After every year, we go down to Cabo to hang out.
Yeah.
One, because it's such an easy flight, and two, they have great golf courses down there that I really, really enjoy. But this was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. We're golfing with Kyle at his golf course. And I think it's me and my wife, and then him and his wife and their kids. And me and Kyle are enjoying ourselves, having a couple drinks. And I think it's like hole 15 or 16. He was like, I think I could take you in a fight. And I was like, really? You think you could take me in a fight, Kyle? He was like, yeah, I think I could. And I'm like, all right, bring it. And like, he kind of like rushes me. And I pick him up and I put him over my shoulder and I walked him down because it was a par 3 on the ocean. I walked him down to the beach and I put him in the ocean.
Oh, I love it.
My God.
I was like, you stick to coaching and I'll stick to the football.
Oh, that's great.
That is so random.
And he got benched the next game. You don't manhandle me. I'm your coach.
That's pretty
I'm in
funny.
charge of your playing time.
He
I love that.
He picked him up. He didn't have to do anything. Put him on his shoulder.
That's what's so different about. It would be fun to like do a story or an in-depth piece about the coach-player relationship when you get to professional levels. Because for most of our lives, the coach is a parental figure. Or it is the coach-player dynamic is very father-son or mentor-mentee, leader, master-apprentice, however you want to talk about it. You grow up always kind of admiring and listening to your coaches. And of course you can crap talk and stuff like that, but it's a very different dynamic. When you get into the pro scene, you've got adults talking to adults. And even if there could be an age gap, it doesn't have to be a massive age gap. And a lot of times you end up becoming not father-son, but brothers or cousins in a way. And to know that Kyle Shanahan has that relationship with George and some of his players is pretty fun.
Yeah, because Kyle's 46, so he's not that old. But a lot of these players nowadays, including Sean McVay, they're a little bit younger, you know? So that is kind of interesting sometimes, the dynamic between those players and those really young coaches now that are in the league.
Do you want to hear really quickly about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's wedding?
We can do it after the break because I've got my question.
We got Q&K, though.
But it's not going to take a long time.
Okay, well, we'll save it for when we come back. Q&K with Kayla Anderson, plus George Kittle takes us inside the wedding of the century. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift inside of Madison Square Garden. We'll hear that next on Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Carmichael Dave here. So proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, yeah, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
California's calling. Sun-soaked coasts, forest trails, and fun-filled city nights. With 21 hybrid and electrified Toyota models, there's a ride made for your life. Score summer deals on the 50 MPG Corolla Hybrid and the 51 MPG Camry. Or get 0% APR plus finance cash on the all-electric BZ. Go farther and spend less this summer with Toyota's hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and all-electric EVs. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium-rated credit and cannot be combined with other offers. Ends 8/3/26.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
Bring the entire family out to Sutter Health Park for Sacramento River Cats baseball. From exciting action on the field to smiles in the stands, it's the perfect place to make family memories. Plan your next family night out at the ballpark. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR. for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR.
It's time for Q&K. Kayla's got questions. We've got answers. It's Q&K on Matt and Kayla.
Got a little Russell Westbrook-esque drama to catch you up on. We'll do that later on in the show. But right now, it's time for Q&K with Kayla Anderson on a Friday. Kayla, what you got?
All righty then. Let's do this, huh? Because I think it's a little bit fun and makes us put our thinking caps on a little bit. So, with several groups pursuing an NBA team in Las Vegas, because clearly they're trying to get the NBA there, UNLV head coach Josh Pastner says he has a different idea. He says, quote, why buy the NBA team? Buy the college team. Here is Josh Pastner.
I know a lot of people are trying to become owners of this NBA team coming in 2029. I have told people, why? Buy the college basketball team. It's legal now. You can be the owner of the UNLV Running Rebels men's basketball team, and it's a lot less expensive. You don't have to spend over $1 billion to own our team. I'm asking for $10 to $12 million to own our team, and you still get a great tax write-off, and you can be as involved, and you can tell everyone you're the owner of the team. I know a lot of people.
That is hilarious, first and foremost. Way to do your pitch there. It was a reporter from Las Vegas that was in there talking to him, and he brought this up. If you were a millionaire or a billionaire, would you actually think about his pitch?
Is that legal? Can you do that?
I think you can donate and be.
I'll just call you the owner.
Yeah, like a stakeholder. He's just asking for money.
But yeah, I mean he's asking for a donor or a booster essentially, which is very very common in all college athletics. But I'll just call you the owner if you want. You can sit courtside right at center court.
He'll call you the owner.
You own the Rebels basketball program. You know, I like the creativity of it. Methinks there might be some legal hurdles via the NCAA to.
Who's the NCAA anyway?
Since when has UNLV ever cared?
The Rebels.
And that too.
Hey, if I had $12 million to spend, I wouldn't mind becoming the quote-unquote owner of a college basketball team.
It would be kind of fun.
Yeah, you said billionaire. If I had $1 billion, sure. You could have 0.12 of my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, UNLV
less.
used to be a premier program.
But also
back in the day.
But what he's also kind of leaving out here, which is why it's kind of said tongue-in-cheek and silly, is you're not making money. You're just giving you're paying $10 to $12 million for a title. Not that as an owner, you're not recouping the funds.
But it's not as much as an NBA.
That's true.
Investment would be, and then to reap the rewards.
But you know you're going to cash out on an NBA asset. You know
right.
When you buy a professional basketball team, you're going to make money at the end of it. You might not make money during it, but you're going to make money at the end of it. That's for sure. Versus, hey, it's essentially a $12 million season ticket. But you know what? I respect it. And there's plenty of people in Vegas that have $12 million that they're just looking to do something with. So put it out there, coach.
It is funny.
I like it.
If you know his personality, he's always been this kind of cheeseball salesman kind of guy.
I think it's fun.
So it doesn't surprise me that he did that and kind of had some fun with it.
Yeah, shout out him for using the platform.
Right?
Good for him.
I wonder if someone is would legitimately consider that. If
maybe.
you're a billionaire and you're a huge college football fan.
I think I would.
And Lane Kiffin approaches you and says, if you make a $50 million donation to LSU football, which is crazy, we will label you as the owner of LSU football. And you get to sit in a suite every week and watch us play.
I'd do it.
Somebody on this planet would pay for that essentially season ticket and title.
I've always wanted, like, it'd be a dream of mine to be an owner of a sports team. I would love to be an owner.
Why?
Because I grew up just loving sports.
Well,
and,
yeah.
And I've covered every type of sport. And I know, like, when I pour into a sport or a team, it's 120%.
I'm asking you to be honest with yourself here because I know my answer. Could you appropriately stay in the background if you owned a professional sports
But that's the thing. I don't think I would. I think it depends on, like, what type of owner you are and the knowledge you have. Because if you grew up knowing sports and covering athletes, you should have some sort of an idea of what you like or what you don't like. But you
but not
you
more
don't,
than your decision maker.
You don't go in and disrupt what the GM is doing. But you can also have ideas of, like, hey, this is my vision.
Of course.
Yeah, I think that's what good owners should do.
Well, you can pitch your ideas, but you don't just hire a general manager that says yes to every one of your ideas. And I'm not saying you would do that, but that's the problem with owning sports.
No,
I mean, these people think I get a final say too because I'm the one that's signing the checks. And I know for myself, like, if I owned the Sacramento Kings, do I think I could run the Sacramento Kings better than they've been run by Vivek? Absolutely, I think
everyone thinks.
Absolutely, I think I
on
could.
some level.
But if I am not a fan of a player and my GM approaches me and goes, I want to trade for this player, I don't know if I would have it in me as the owner of a team to not go, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like being fully transparent with myself. Like, it's hard when you're in that position, it's hard to kind of relinquish some of that control.
It's a corrupting position.
Unfortunately, most owners are people who, I don't mean to say this rudely, but they're not necessarily people who have covered sports their whole lives.
Of course not.
They're people who have a lot of money,
Of course.
who might like sports casually. They don't know, like, when hiring a GM sometimes, hey, this is the GM's values. It's like if you actually had an owner, this would never happen because we don't make money in this business. But if you had an owner that covered sports their whole career and knew what athletes were like and knew, the stories that all these people go through, you'd be such a better owner, dude. You'd be such a better owner.
I don't know. I think that power might corrupt a little bit.
Lord of the Rings.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I think it's the same. The Ring of Power.
Can I rebrand a team into a Lord of the Rings themed team? Now we're talking. That's how I would abuse my power.
Oh, my goodness.
That's how I would abuse my power right there.
It's like the Palantir. It's corrupting.
Do you know what that means?
No, hell no, I don't
Sorry.
know what that means.
Thank you, Anthony.
That's why I just didn't say anything.
I love that. Palantir is
I didn't ask you to explain it to me.
Saruman the White, when he turns evil, he uses the Palantir, which is this little ball, and he talks to this little ball. It's like a crystal ball, and he talks to the Dark Lord Sauron and basically says, like, I pledge my troops to you. I will follow you in my tower in Isengard versus your tower, Barad-dûr in Mordor. And then he says, build me an army, and then he builds an army and goes after Rohan, which are the horse lords.
Do you want me to tell you how Love Island works?
I'm such a loser. How did I get a woman to marry me? Okay, I'm sorry.
So, okay.
The ratio.
Then this is what happens when
the ratio of Love Island talk to Lord of the Rings talk on this show is severely in the corner of Love Island.
See?
Shut up.
He has not heard any.
You weren't here because Kyle was sitting in that seat and I had to sit in this seat all day. What do you think about Joey? Oh, who's the cop guy that got voted off? Oh, I think she shouldn't kiss him. Oh, the bombshells are here. Villa Week.
Nope, he don't know anything.
It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
So, I need hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, pal. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow. Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy-to-set-up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conectate. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Cheap, cheap.
That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range. You've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
We've had so much fun already on this show that I've not done a good job at all of telling you who we're going to be speaking to, including in this very segment, Deuce Mason. Dave Deuce Mason going to be joining us here in a little bit. I'm sure he's got thoughts on LeBron. He's also going to chat a little bit about the Sacramento Kings with us. Deuce is with us right now, I'm being told, and I'm very intentional about starting things this way. This is really cool to be able to say, because Deuce, many people know Deuce's story and Deuce growing up a Sacramento Kings fan. For Deuce now to be officially a full-time member of the Sacramento Kings broadcast team, you will see him every single game with Morgan Reagan, Deuce and Mo hosting Kings pre- and post-game this season. Of course, Mark and Katie on the call as well. It's cool to be able to say, Deuce, from my position. I imagine it's cool for you to even just fathom from your position. Congratulations, my friend. And I'm very excited to see what you and Mo continue to do in those chairs this season.
Man, you're being nice to start, because I was going to say, I can't believe I'm on this show and you're here.
Oh, okay.
I know. I mean, Deuce, we know each other so well now because you're always on the show.
Well, I said my piece. I'll
when
leave
Matt's not here.
Yeah, I just feel like our vibes are, it just feels better. But I guess, Matt, first things first, Matt, how do you feel like Tobias Harris fits in with your Spurs? Do you feel like that kind of completes what you guys are trying to accomplish?
No, Deuce, I love this question. I'm so glad. See, this is why you're so good in the position that you are on TV, because you know how to make everybody feel included. And I saw the video yesterday, the photos, De'Aaron Fox hosting Tobias Harris, Harrison Barnes, and Victor Wembanyama for an off-season workout.
Yeah.
Smile to my face. He's wearing his new shoes. Deuce, the new shoes. He's got little scribbles on them, little foxes and crowns. Deuce, I know you bought a pair.
I will say this, interesting time to launch a new shoe.
Yeah, it really is.
I have De'Aaron Fox's basketball shoes too, because when he was here, I was like, it's a guy I'm going to support. I like the Kings. But it's an interesting time. Anyway, Matt, first of all, thank you so much.
Of course, brother.
I'm super excited to be on every single game. It's been something I've been wanting to do forever now, and it's finally here. So it's like, let's go. 82 games.
So it's not long from now. We'll see when the schedule comes out. It's going to be, I'm going to guess a Friday night in the Golden One Center. LeBron James and the Philadelphia 76ers are going to be in town. And Deuce and Mo are going to be broadcasting from their concourse spot right at the grand entrance. Deuce, how are we setting up this game? How are we talking about the LeBron James era in Philadelphia? I'm seeing all these graphics of him in a Sixers jersey, and I don't like it, Deuce. It doesn't look right.
I mean, my old school thought is I just like when a players stick with one team, and it's just such a rarity nowadays. You've got Steph Curry. That's pretty much it. You had Kobe. It just doesn't happen as often anymore. Tim Duncan. So LeBron, it's a Philly. Yeah, it looks a little weird. And you think about the decision he had to make. It's do you go to Golden State? You'll play with your buddy Steph and Draymond, but what's that do in the West? I thought Minnesota was slightly intriguing just from a pure entertainment standpoint. LeBron with LaMelo and Ant, just the personalities, the energy, the youthfulness. McDaniel's really good. Miami, I'm I don't know. I mean, how does that function? And I guess I kind of have the same thing right now looking at his decision going to Philly. Yeah, from a pure talent perspective, name-wise, yeah, it sounds awesome. But my biggest question is, are they going to be able to sacrifice a lot? Because you're talking about Embiid, who loves the ball in his hands. Jaylen Brown. LeBron's played a little more off ball, but he likes the ball in his hands. Maxey needs the ball in his hands, too. Such an explosive player. My biggest question is, are they going to have a Team USA level of sacrifice to make this work so it doesn't turn into your turn, my turn, and just clunkiness, which we've seen in the past when some of these players get together?
Deuce, we were talking about this earlier at the start of the show. So he has a 2-year deal with a player option in that second year. And I seem to think that, he comes out, he says this is his final decision. There's no more decisions to be had. But Matt was pretty much saying he believes that maybe after a year, he goes and actually retires at one of those other places that feels more like an ending, like a true ending, because Philly just seems like not the ending that seems right in his career with all the storytelling that could come along with it. Do you agree, or do you think he'll truly retire here?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I do think there'd be some sort of storybook ending if he goes to Philly and brings that team a championship.
Right.
Do you understand? The Sacramento Kings have been in the conference finals more recently than the 76ers. Okay? Yeah. It's by a year, but the Kings have been to the conference finals more recently. And think about the level of talent that's come through Philly. Okay? So if LeBron was kind of that missing piece and they were just able to elevate and get there and win a championship, that would be an amazing way to walk off, get that fan base a championship. I don't know. I mean, it's tough to figure out. I don't think anyone would have predicted that he'd go to Philly at this stage. If you would have asked 2 years ago, hey, where does he end up? Philly? That would surprise a lot of people. But if that's what he ends up doing, I guess it wouldn't be a complete shock. And I'm fascinated to see how it all comes together, because I do think just on the surface, the trio, that young trio with, Jaylen Brown and Maxey and Edgecombe, that's a lot of talented pieces there. And can they get through the year with Embiid missing time? He's going to miss time. LeBron not playing every game. I think so. And then the question is, can it come together in the playoffs? Does that work? We'll find out.
Deuce, it's kind of an old school decision in a way, because when LeBron went to Miami, of course, he formed the Big Three there in Miami, and that was the era of the Big Three with Garnett and Pierce and Ray Allen in Boston, and what they tried to build to stop them in Indiana, right? And now he's going to Philly and establishing this, I guess you could call him a Big Five, especially with Jaylen Brown also heading over there at a time where depth has never been more important in the NBA. And the best teams don't just have a great starting five, but have a 6th, 7th, 8th, and sometimes 9th man that come off the bench and sometimes make the team even better. So how do you think that dynamic is going to work, and how the Sixers are going to fit in with this depth era in the East, especially? The East is deep, Deuce.
It is very deep. It's a very talented Eastern Conference. Obviously they've had changeover too, as I bring up their depth chart, because they lost Andre Drummond too. What's behind? How comfortable do they feel with right now with what is behind Joel Embiid, who will miss time? Like Bona's been there. You've got some young depth. Like I like Caleb Love had some moments in Portland. Phylon had some nice moments in the summer league, but we're talking about leaning on a lot of young talent off the bench. Anthony Simons went there, who I forgot about that one too. So do they have enough? That's tough. That's really tough. I mean, they're top heavy for sure, but that's a lot of explosiveness they have too.
Yep.
I just think when I've watched the Sixers in recent years, it's just staggering how different they play when Embiid's in the lineup. And there's no doubting his talent. But the offense functions slower, more methodically. They run through him more when he's on the floor. And you can't really count on him as talented as he is. And I've been a big advocate, even going back to when they had Harden on that team, like, get Maxey the rock. I think Tyrese Maxey is just such an explosive player who can put pressure on the rim. Just his speed is out of this world. He's got the...
Uh-oh. Did we lose Deuce? We lost Deuce. Oh, nope.
No, he's back.
We got him back. Let's try again. Hey, you're
back.
back.
Okay. That's weird.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
We got you. We got you.
Okay, I can't see you guys now.
Oh.
Anyway, I have no idea what we're talking about. The depth is going to be the biggest question behind all those guys. LeBron and Embiid are going to miss time throughout the year. Do you have enough depth? I think it's a lot of younger depth that they have. Is it enough in the East? That's going to be the question. The East is stacked. I mean, this league is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make a case for a lot of teams in the NBA.
Deuce, I think Brendan and I talked to you right before Summer League. Clearly, you guys got to enjoy some fun basketball down there. When it comes to the Kings, though, let's start with Darius Acuff Jr. Want to get your perspective on what we saw from him. Obviously, some inefficiency, but I think there's been some overreaction as well. What would you say?
Yeah, it's Summer League. I mean, I as someone who loves basketball so much, all right, I would sit in the gym in Vegas and watch games from noon to whatever, 9 o'clock. Okay, I love it. But we need to have some perspective. And I think nowadays, because every Summer League game is televised, back in the day, they weren't. Okay, they played in front of nobody. They played in Salt Lake City, Orlando. No one was even going at these things. No one kept track of the stats. But now, because we have all this information and footage, we try to come up with these we try to project out based on 4 Summer League games. You mean when the guy gets drafted, does all the media, 2 days later, he's in camp with a whole bunch of guys he's never played with. Some guys will never be in the NBA, some G League guys, maybe a couple of teammates. They all come together, and then they're playing games 3 straight days, and then they go to Vegas. It's really just about getting out there and getting some reps, feeling good with the NBA style of game. I just don't put a lot of stock in it either way. I think with Acuff, we saw some great moments for him. I'm more about the process. I'm not worried about the shot making. The guy's proven record of knocking down shots. Is he reading the game effectively? How is he handling the size? I think there were some mixed results there, but he's such a smart player. He reads the game so well. I'm not concerned at all. I don't even know what his field goal percentage was. I don't care. You could tell me it's 50%. I know it's not that, or 30. It doesn't matter to me. We're talking about games in July. We've watched Summer League games with Marco Bellinelli dropping 37, or Dante Green dropping 40 plus, or Von Wafer. It's you can go on and on. This doesn't matter. All right. So we can don't get too excited. Don't get too low. It's just about building some excitement going into the offseason, seeing these young guys for the first time.
My best buddy, Deuce Mason, joining us. Deuce, you know I never overreact to anything, so it's music to my ears what you're saying.
Oh my God. I'm sure you were going hot takes. all
No,
the time. Well,
I was calming people down.
No, you know what? I don't even know. I've tried to like back away from social a little bit because it's like everybody has to have a take now. It's like, okay, we have to make this something. And like people are like, well, I mean, he's just going to shoot like this in the regular season. How do you know that? He isn't playing with NBA players. You know what it looks like with Sabonis and Levine? And by the way, let's also acknowledge this. He's 19 years old.
Yeah.
What do we try with any of these guys? We can't just assume they're finished products. I don't know where else you want to go, but one other summer league thought. Emmanuel Sharp, love his game.
Yeah.
I like his game. I think Bobby Gerald brought.
It sounds like we lost Deuce again.
King decisions.
Oh, there is.
Oh, you got me?
Got you. Keep going.
This is just what happens on our show. Our show with video
we're cursed.
does this.
We're cursed,
So-
Deuce. I told you, we're cursed. Keep going.
It's not a surprise.
Power through. They're trying to censor you, Deuce.
That's fine. Did you hear the shot I took at Styles or no?
Well, that's natural.
Okay, let me try it again. All right, so listening to Bobby Gerald and Alvin Styles, I think that's his name. Talk about the Kings and maybe reaching a little bit at these guys, and maybe they should have gone for a higher ceiling prospect. At the end of the first round or even the second round. I get it. I also understand that conversation, but I do like what I've seen. From Sharp in the summer league, and even Caravan, like he had his I got off to a slow start, but I'm like, he tweaked his ankle on like day 1 of training camp. He's trying to find a rhythm. So look, summer league is what it is. It's just a chance for us to get a little glimpse at the future, and I just don't overreact either way.
I'm always fascinated by summer league, Deuce, for second-year players. You talked about the chaos of a rookie going through the draft process. Well, I mean, how about like what Max went through, right? I mean, he's overseas playing in France, playing 2 World Cup games in France, then flies back over and has to get reacclimated, has limited practice time, and then goes out there and plays back-to-back games. But when I'm watching the second-year players, what I'm mainly looking for is, one, do you look like you're better than everybody else on the court, which because you have that experience, but 2, how are the Kings experimenting, for example, with ways to use you? And what stood out to me a lot with Max was they were very clear, in addition to him shooting more threes, which was very exciting, we saw the Kings try to use him in that Domantas Sabonis high DHO role, top of the key or top of the three-point arc. And the first game, I thought he handled that really well. Second game, didn't look like he was on the same page with the rookie that the Kings just drafted that he's gotten 2 days of practice time with. So how do you analyze, too, the Kings trying to experiment with especially second-year guys trying to improve on their games?
I mean, to me, that's what the summer league's for, is to experiment with those things. Like, watching the Spurs play in the summer league, they had Carter Bryant bring up the ball, initiate the offense. Well, he's not going to be playing point guard next year for San Antonio, but you give him that experience. I know one example we've talked about a lot over the years is when Miami was first in the California Classic years ago, Bam Adebayo was initiating the offense, right? And was he the point guard? No, but like, you want these guys to get comfortable. Like even Cardwell, like, is he great with the ball in his hands? He's gotten a lot better, but like he had some nice interior passing in the summer league. He also had some tough moments too. You're like, why are you running the offense through him? Well, you need to work on that. This is how you get better at these things. And you bring up Max. Yeah, his first game I thought was spectacular. I was like, oh, dude, he looks like it. And then the second game, I'm like, what happened? It's like Space Jam. And like the decision making by all the guys in that game was so bizarre. But yeah, I mean, I think for second year guys, this is what you need to be working on. And I know now, you have summer league. It's not like they just like chill for the next 2 months. Like they're going to be in the gym working on things and try to develop their games.
Deuce, what did you think of Nick Clifford and just maybe some of the positives you took from what you saw in summer league, and then just some of the things still that we need to continue to see out of him in the second year?
Yeah, I think with Nick, it's just assertiveness, having consistent aggressiveness. I think there are times he's passive, but there are times you're like, oh, there you go. You're being aggressive. He at this point looks like he could be like a decent role player in the league. I'm not sitting here going, oh man, this guy's going to be a star. I think for him, can he be a consistent threat offensively? I like to see him more in that secondary playmaker role, and then defensively just bring it to another level. I thought he had some moments there, even going up against AJ DeBonsa, where it's like, That's not an easy matchup going up against a guy who's like 6'10", who has a major size advantage, but he battled him. So for Nick, it's this upcoming season, and I said this last year too, I felt like he was playing with all the vets, especially early on. He was so passive.
Yeah.
You know, it was like you had DeMar and Russ and Sabonis, and he didn't look like he wanted to be a threat with the ball. As the season went on and those guys weren't playing or hurt or whatever, he was more aggressive. So for Nick, it's being assertive and don't look at the vets as a binky. Like, go get yours and put pressure and take advantage of the defense.
Deuce, you obviously know Sacramento so well with the fan base and how much they react to and latch on and support guys that are underdog stories that just work hard and hustle on the court. You also know Doug Christie so very well and what he loves and looks for in a basketball player. I use both of those examples to talk about Jonathan Mobo specifically and what he showed us. And while I'm not going to ask you, like, oh, could he crack the rotation or anything like that, having guys like that on the roster, in addition to the second-year players that are coming back, in addition to the Emmanuel Sharps, the Alex Caravans, and, of course, Darius Acuff Jr., it just feels like Scott Perry is putting together a deeper roster of players that fit that identity and fit that vision and fit what Doug Christie has been preaching and talking about. How much of an asset do you think that's going to be to Doug, and how much do you feel like Doug's fingerprints and his handprints have been involved in this?
I mean, I think it seems, based on how they talk about things, Scott and Doug have a similar thought process on the type of players they want with this team and you know, what type of play style they want. As far as Jonathan Mobo, yeah, definitely saw some good moments. I mean, he had a really strong rookie year with Toronto too, falls out of the rotation. He's an intriguing prospect. The thing with him, it's really, what are you going to be able to consistently knock down a shot from the perimeter, right? And I just think with Sacramento in general, where does he fit with the amount of players they have in this front court right now? And I know it's not just about right now, it's a big picture, but with what we have right now, you start looking at Sabonis and Cardwell and Maxime and DeAndre Hunter and Keegan Murray and Precious Achiuwa. Okay, that's a lot of guys right there. Where does Mobo fit? So I imagine he's going to spend a lot of time in the G. And I think they're going to make sure they develop the offensive side of the ball for him, you know, because I think, can he play a small ball five? Sure. And could he do that the G League and probably put up monster numbers? Yes. But I think for him, it's getting him some time at the power forward spot, letting him create a little more, like, work on his game. Similar to what we talked about with the Summer League, like, work on his game in terms of athleticism and the switchability. Like, he checks a lot of boxes, like the type of player you take a swing on. And so I like that they signed him to a two-way deal, and it gives yourself some flexibility. If the Kings end up making some trades at the deadline, clear up some space, then maybe you convert him if he's playing well.
Deuce, I know there was the report that came out after Scott Perry pretty much said, when asked about Russell Westbrook coming back, he's, you know, outplayed that minimum contract and probably get an offer for something more somewhere else. And then there was the report that, you know, the Kings didn't want him back. With saying that, he's not going to be back, but who do you feel like Darius Acuff Jr. will maybe look to as his vet, or who will take him under his wing?
It's a good question. I mean, I still think they need a veteran point guard. I just don't know who that is. You know, you got to look at Stevens and Flagler. I wouldn't call them vets by any means. So what they do, I was kind of pushing the Mike Conley angle.
Yeah,
and
I
then
know you were.
Boston, that would have been nice. But yeah, I mean, I think having some sort of veteran, I just don't know who that is. And even the Westbrook thing, I mean, I don't know anything, but no one's signed him yet. And I could, and people could say, he can get more than the minimum. From who? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think is there a chance he just comes back here on the minimum? But I think the biggest thing is, if Russ were to come back, or whoever has that position, it is with the understanding that, you know, Darius is going to get the bulk of the minutes, and he's going to get the ball in his hands a lot. And you're there to, you know, help him along the way on that journey, go through the highs and lows with him. But I do think that's important for Darius to have.
Deuce, I know it's not traditional point guard necessarily, but could Malik Monk not handle that role, you think, long term for the future? If you go back to the role that he had as that sixth man for the Beam team initially, he was very much a secondary ball handler behind De'Aaron Fox, and we know how good he is in the pick and roll with guys like Domantas Sabonis, and I think hopefully Maxime Reynaud too. So, I mean, Scott Perry mentioned him by name when talking about it, when being asked about it. So how do you feel about if that were to become Malik's long-term role, at least for this upcoming season?
I mean, we say that, but they also had Davion Mitchell at the time too.
Sure,
and
sure.
He played with Malik, or even Matthew Dellavedova played sometimes
Mm-hmm.
on that squad. So, I mean, obviously Malik as a secondary ball handler can do that. Can he bring up the ball? Yes. I guess I'm just more for Darius. I'm looking at if there's someone that's almost like, at the back end, or a veteran that's comfortable with where they're at right now, that's willing to, be kind of that mentor, AKA coach along the way, just understanding and mastering the position that comes with it. I just don't look at Malik as like a pure point guard in that sense. And Darius has good feel too, but I just think having some vet would be nice. I don't think it's going to make or break anything though.
When it comes to, because you did watch a lot of summer league basketball, and when it comes to some of those other players, some of these other games that were happening, what was your biggest takeaway?
I think, man, I guess I'm not totally surprised by the guys at the top, but like seeing Caleb Wilson play for the first time in a few months, I was a big fan of his before he went down. And I think there were so many assumptions, I think when we start talking about these players, that we say what they can't do, as if like that means they'll never be able to improve those things. And the big rap on him is like, hey, I don't trust the shooting with Caleb. And then he comes out in his first summer league game and knocks down 7 threes, matches what he did all of his, 1 year at UNC. I think the competitiveness, the IQ, the fight from the guys at the top, really impressive. I just think we're going to look back at this draft class and go, my goodness, like, you're happy with what you got, even maybe at 7. You think about what the Bulls, they got Caleb Wilson. They had Caleb Wilson in their spot. They moved up to get him. You know what I mean? That's what's crazy. And then someone like Cam Boozer, I just think his feel for the game. Like I when I watch him, I'm like, this guy's going to be a long-time NBA player. Like, he's not going to be a bust. The guy is too talented. Does too many good things out there. And then you even have guys in the later stages that maybe were slept on, like Malik Thomas, Darius Acuff's, a backcourt mate. I'm like, what? Why did teams like miss? And I'm not trying to overrate his stats. Like, you knew he was a good shooter, but I think what popped to me was his ability to make plays for his teammates. And I don't know. I guess I just get fascinated by how things are talked about before, and then what happens during summer league. And there's just so much talent with these young guys.
Deuce, we'll wrap up with this. Not trying to push for any secrets from the NBC side of things, because I know you guys got a lot of good things coming. But for you and for Mo specifically, because we know how passionate you guys are and basketball sickos and just that community that you've built, what can we expect? I mean, we've seen you on pre and post game. We saw you a lot last season over the last couple of years. But what can Kings fans expect going into a season where there's a lot of unknowns, a lot of experimentation, a lot of excitement? Scott Perry has basically laid the groundwork of we need to do a better job this season of establishing that identity. So we don't know what kind of season we're going into in Sacramento, but what can we expect from the broadcast and pre and post game that you guys are going to be bringing?
I mean, the same passion, energy, and entertainment that we brought when we got the opportunity to work together. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is I can't control how the team plays. Okay. So
why not, Deuce?
Yeah, fix it.
Believe it or not, I don't. So but what I can control is, and it's the same. I went into last year. We had these conversations, me and Morgan, going into the season, talking about not only pre and post game, but our podcast. I'm like, this season's going to be tough. I didn't think it was going to be that type of tough, but I'm like, it's going to be a tough year. What we can control is having fun. When someone turns on a pre and post game show, like, I know every game has its own identity or whatever, but we should be laughing at least at one point during the podcast or the pre or post game show. Like, we have to have fun. And it's a game. It's a children's game we're talking about. It's basketball. So it's making sure we're having fun. It's making sure we're breaking things down with film and just pushing the limits and trying to be innovative. I mean, I think that's what we've always taken pride in, whether it's a podcast or pre or post game, is like, we are going to find ways to tweak things and try things, and not everything's going to hit, but if it's built on love, passion, and fun, I think the results will turn out okay.
Well, if you ever need calm, level-headed analysis, not overreaction, I'm available at any time. You just hit me up. I'll happily bring the temperature down. Okay.
Oh, I mean, I can already predict, like, December, Acuff is like on a stretch of 10 games shooting 25%.
Whoa, hold on.
Matt's freaking out. Or then the next week, Acuff, has a hot week, and Matt's gonna be like, this is the greatest point guard we have seen in Sacramento ever.
That part.
That part for sure.
That part.
Whoa. Like, it's getting whiplash sometimes.
Over under 1.5 De'Aaron Fox Who references from me over the course of the season.
There's no way that it even is a thing. Like, I think you have turned into like De'Aaron Fox Muse or Mike Brown Muse. Like, you are so invested in those guys.
My guys, man. My guys. Listen, it's not my fault. The two best parts of Sacramento Kings history over the last 15, 20 years are now gone. All right? It's not my fault.
Best parts?
Yes. Bring DeMarcus Cousins back. How about that? bring DeMarcus Cousins back. I'll be happy, huh?
Hey, Boogie, I mean, it was good seeing him at Summer League.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool.
Yeah. But no, I'm always excited. It doesn't matter. Like, to me, this year is not going to feel as low as last year. It's just impossible. That's why I told myself to make myself maybe feel better throughout the year. Like, this is the low point. And it doesn't mean there won't be lows. There will be lows next year. But last year was just like,
whoa, that was on. Oh, he's back again.
We almost lost Deuce.
We literally lost him at that point where it's like last year was like.
I got tired.
You just felt stuck is my point. And like I was stuck in that moment just now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think next year is just going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. Anytime you have like young guys, you can be excited about and to see their growth. And yeah, it's fun.
Deuce, I have our producer, Anthony, drawing up a contract right now, making sure that you will not have to do the show with me next time. It'll just be Kayla. Maybe Brendan will be with. So don't worry about that. Okay?
I mean, I definitely got my Matt George filling for the next 7 months. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Go Spurs. Appreciate you taking the time, Deuce. Looking forward to chatting with you. And congratulations again, my friend. It's going to be awesome seeing you all season long with Mo on the pre and post game.
Thanks, Deuce.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Screw that guy. I hate that dude. Why did I even have him on, say nice things about him? I hate that guy. Go Spurs.
Oh,
Go
God.
Spurs. I hope he heard that. We'll take the break. I love Deuce. It's awesome to be able to talk to him. When we come back, there's all of a sudden some Russell Westbrook slander out there from some NBA coach. Yeah, it just came across our desk. We'll respond to that. Plus, the Clippers are extremely displeased with the NBA over this investigation. Oh, boo-hoo. We'll talk about that, too. And we're going to talk Raiders with Q Myers from ESPN Las Vegas and Locked On Raiders at noon. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
How aggressively should Scott Perry and the Kings look to trade Zach LaVine this season?
This isn't LaVine a year ago or 2 years ago. There's no reason to just trade him to trade him. He's a $49 million asset coming off the books at the end of the year. So you have to ask yourself, well, okay, if you're going to trade him this year, what are you getting for him? If you let him go to the end of the year, you're getting nothing. But everybody is at or near the cap right now. So you have to think like a general manager.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
It's time to saddle up, Sacramento. It's Wild West night with the Sacramento River Cats on Saturday, August 8th at Sutter Health Park. Celebrate the Wild West in classic baseball fashion with themed fun and River Cats baseball under the lights. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
The other guys must think you failed math. Get this huge discount. Then the fine print hits you with $5,200 in mandatory ads. It's adorable in a scammy kind of way. At Hoblet, we skip the tricks. The price you see is the price you actually pay. What a wild concept, huh? Hoblet, family owned 77 years. Experience the difference online at hobletdodge.com.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Big thank you again to the one and only Deuce Mason for joining us on this busy LeBron James Friday. But here's some Russell Westbrook news that has all of a sudden come out of nowhere. It's not really news.
What do we got?
Dare I say slander?
I don't like that.
This is
Are you sure you want to associate yourself with this right now?
I got to do my job. It's from Barry Jackson, who covers the Heat for the Miami Herald. He says an NBA coach reportedly told the Miami Heat to stay away from Russell Westbrook because he's difficult to coach. The quote is, an NBA source who has relationships with Eric Spoelstra and other coaches says that a coach that Spoelstra trusts told him that he advised the Heat not to sign Westbrook, asserting that he's difficult to coach. Okay. Well, I can't really speak to the situation specifically. All that I can share is the same thing that I shared on social media. And most every other Kings media member could say the exact same thing. I can think of probably 5 different occasions over the course of this past season where Doug Christie publicly said almost the exact opposite. Where he's basically said coaching Russ is great.
So we're trying to limit him first.
What?
We're trying to limit him as being the person first that said this.
Well, yeah. I would imagine it's not Doug.
I never thought it would be.
I don't think at all it's Doug saying this. I'm just saying.
Plus, I don't know if he's close with Spoelstra.
Conversations that are happening behind closed doors, I can't speak to those. But every single time that Doug spoke about Russ publicly, he made it very clear that Russ was, one, a joy for him to coach, but also that Russ was coachable and that Russ listened to what the Kings needed of him and brought it every single day and was very involved in wanting to help the young guys. And, of course, we all have had our different interactions and situations with Russell Westbrook, but hearing that and reading that and thinking to what the coach that I'm most acclimated with here in Sacramento has said against Russ, again, all I can tell you is that I've heard the complete opposite to what this report is saying about Russ not being coachable.
Yeah, first of all, I don't like this kind of stuff. I don't.
Getting out is weird.
It's hiding behind a source. It's, whoever this head coach is, using a source for, obviously there's a reason why this is being done. Like, you don't just go tell somebody that, and because Westbrook is a free agent, he's looking for a new spot. Clearly, this head coach, whoever it is in the league, there's a reason for why he's trying to put slander on that. And it's just a little bit weaselly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't aware, if at all, that the Heat were interested in Russ. I hadn't heard anything, and maybe this just came about of, what about Russell Westbrook to the Miami Heat? They could, Eric Spoelstra was informed by somebody that maybe he's not the easiest to coach, and that's the extent of what this conversation was. Or I agree with you, it just comes off as very throwing a low blow anonymously, just like we started hearing all this stuff about Jaylen Brown after he was traded. And, he's been a problem in the Celtics for this, and they didn't like him, and the analytics say this. And just
it's
all
like
of a sudden,
purging of negativity.
It's just an anonymous pummeling of a player, whether it's their character or just who they are as a competitor. But this is not a shot at Russell Westbrook, the competitor. This is a coach, allegedly, reportedly saying anonymously that this guy is not easy to coach, and he's not. And what I interpret that as is he's self-centered. He's not going to listen to what is wanted. He's just going to play his way and do that. And while Russ is very much who he is and brings who he is to the table every single game, and at this point in his career, you kind of have to accept who Russ is as a basketball player. We experienced that in Sacramento. That doesn't mean that if you pull Russ aside and say, I need you to do this for the team, he's going to go, F you, I'm Russell Westbrook, I do it my way. That's what this report gives off, which I do not believe is accurate.
Well, I think we saw firsthand that there was some unselfishness that started to happen here when he was, I believe, probably told by, Doug or Scott, whoever it might have been, when him and DeMar were having to kind of a little bit more give up opportunities for these younger guys down the stretch.
It did take a while to get there, though.
Yeah, it did, but they got there. And
kinda.
I just feel like anyone who has his experience in the league, has played that much basketball, of course they're all going to be a little more difficult to coach at this time of their career. Mm-hmm. You think LeBron's easy to coach? He's the one that's coaching.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I think it's a low-hanging fruit move. Like, I just didn't like, why are you coming out and if you did clearly say that, and you do believe that, at least say something that gives it a little bit more like a meaning, because I just think this just means it's like a shot at someone.
Well, it is weak. It does come.
I think it's weak.
It does come off as weak, but it does come off as justification for why the Heat would not be interested in bringing Russell Westbrook in for a veteran coach in Eric Spoelstra, who's one of the best in the game.
Miami is very particular too on what they do down there.
Very much some Heat culture and stuff.
Yep.
I just don't think it's necessary.
I don't either.
We're not interested in Russell Westbrook. We got other things that we want to do. Okay, there's probably 25 other teams that feel the exact same way.
And I'm not trying to protect Russell Westbrook. I just truly feel, and I'd say this about another player, it was like an unnecessary punch. Like, come on now.
Yeah, it's a sucker punch. Very much
weird.
So.
I want to know who it is.
So. I don't agree that. I mean, I guess there's different interpretations to Russ being difficult to coach. My interpretation, I don't agree with it. I don't agree that.
Is there a guess?
Who the coach is? No, because it doesn't say a head coach. It could be a head coach. It
Sure,
could be
it could
one
be
of
an assistant.
hundreds of assistants in the league.
Yep.
And I know, do I think everybody likes and respects Russell Westbrook? Hell no.
No.
Hell no. When you're as polarizing as Russ is, and you're as authentically you as Russ is, you're going to piss people off. And I'm sure there are a number of people in the league that do not like Russell Westbrook, and I would imagine there are a number of coaches, again, it doesn't have to be head coaches, but assistant coaches on that list. But this is the type of information that if it does matter in your decision making, you keep it in house. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying the reporter should not have reported this. If you get it, you put it out there. So he's doing his job.
Well, yeah, I'm not putting the reporter at stake here.
If someone is contacting this reporter going, yo, I heard that Eric Spoelstra doesn't want Russell Westbrook because a coach told him he's difficult to coach, like whoever that is, why?
No class, no balls.
Yeah, it's Michael Malone. Mm-hmm. Michael Malone right there. No class, no balls. When talking about the Sacramento Kings, not Russell Westbrook. But Interesting. In other NBA news, this made me roll my eyes this morning after I read this, reacting to the LeBron James stuff. According to Kelly Iko, phenomenal reporter for Yahoo Sports, the Clippers are, quote, extremely displeased, end quote, with Adam Silver and the league office on the scope and length of their internal investigation. Hey, displeased Clippers, How about you don't circumvent the cap and cheat then if you don't want a in-depth investigation about how you circumvented the cap and cheated in order to keep Kawhi Leonard around? Stuff like this, when it gets out, is just so tone deaf. Yeah, I'm sure the investigation into everything you were doing is annoying because you did something wrong. And it is not believable in the slightest that you had no recollection or no idea that this was happening. Come on. With the amount of people that talk in this league, come on. There's no way you did not know this was going on. And the NBA has to do a investigation to this level to make sure and set the precedent that stuff like this can't continue to happen or happen again.
Ooh, we got some news here.
Oh, do we?
It's nothing crazy. But this popped up, and I'm like, why does Tony Romo's name keep popping up?
Oh?
And he was just arrested in Milwaukee.
Huh?
For alleged operating while intoxicated.
Oh, great.
Goodness gracious, man. What is going on with these color commentators? Mark Sanchez up in Indy last year. Goodness gracious,
Come on,
man.
Tony. Oh, well.
CBS broadcaster there.
Yeah, not great. That's okay. He'll still be on our TVs in a couple months. Or a month. It's almost here. Football is almost here. Coming up next, it is time to pick a side, including Ricky Pearsall. Getting involved in this Deebo Samuel recruiting process. We'll talk about it next. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Does Russell Westbrook no longer fit into the vision for the Kings?
Russ outplayed his contract last year in every possible way. And I think he earned every penny of his check and then some. Well, now the Kings have turned the page. They got Darius Acuff in. They're trying to move on and continue the rebuild. Part of that is by giving the youth the keys to the castle, as I said. And also, I think Russ deserves better.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Cheap, cheap. That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are cheap, cheap.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at HagenOaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
Coming up in the next segment, we got Q Myers from Las Vegas, ESPN Las Vegas, and the host of the Locked On Raiders podcast. He'll join us to talk about Raiders training camp. The rookies have reported, but everything else getting underway. Of course, Fernando Mendoza also signing the dotted line yesterday. But right now, it is time to pick a side.
The Ravens have already waived former Vanderbilt QB Diego Pavia. Is that how you say that? Should be right.
Correct.
After signing him to a $3.1 million free agent contract, will he get another opportunity?
First of all, it's crazy. Like, I forgot they paid him some money to sign him to the free agent contract, just to release him before training camp even starts. He's a polarizing figure. While he helped Vanderbilt do something they haven't done in a very, very long time in terms of football, he also has kind of put off a lot of people, just the way he is, the way he comes across. So I don't know with that part of it. I do feel like he does work hard once he gets on the football field. He just says a lot of stuff, and he's probably a little difficult to coach, but that's different. Like, when you're at the pro level, you don't run the show anymore.
Right.
Like, you might have ran the show at Vanderbilt, and that's why you were able to do what you could do, but you don't do that anymore in the NFL. So he'll probably get one more shot at making an NFL roster, but he's probably got to do some things different.
Did something happen, or was it just to the point
I have not
where,
heard anything yet, so who knows?
Because I'm sifting through a article, and all I see on here is a section titled Diego Pavia's strip club visit adds to drama surrounding quarterback ahead of NFL tryout with Ravens.
Like I said, he's got a lot of things where he talks about things off the court or the field that are polarizing, and he definitely does some things too. So he's got a lot of maturing to do, but maybe someone will take a chance on him. I don't know.
The report says the Ravens waived Pavia to make room for veteran center Ethan Posich, is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
On the 90-man roster.
Which does happen. It does happen, but, you did sign him to a free agent contract, so you did give him some money.
Maybe he makes a practice squad somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know. I think he might not be worth the
CFL?
headache. He might not be worth. CFLs. He might not be worth the headache that teams are going to deal with.
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall is the latest 49er to post Deebo Samuel's training video. Before that, it was Kyle Juszczyk, then George Kittle. Do you think that this shows that they want him on the team?
Could be a sign of respect, too, especially from one receiver to another, and an acknowledgement, of the work that they put in and the shoes that you're filling, or a big name of the Niners that came before. Or maybe it is truly a recruiting process, but if I'm Ricky Pearsall, I don't want Deebo on the team. Like, why would I want someone who potentially can I already have to worry about dribbling behind me. Now, if I were to get hurt again, which I've done every season of my freaking career, here's this veteran that's already loved more than me in this city to potentially just come in and take those snaps and take that spot away from me. No, thank you. So I took it more as him showing appreciation for Debo and acknowledging Debo rather than trying to recruit him, but maybe they want him in that room. I don't know.
The 49ers, man, they have a way, though, these players, of they do things, and there is a reason for things, I feel like. And they all kind of are one when they move, like when they're trying to get a guy in here. And again, we haven't seen anything come out that said, hey, we're trying to recruit Debo Samuel. But I do feel it was interesting that, these other guys have put out the video, retweeted it, and now Pearsall, who I only think, did he play even one season with Debo? Because Pearsall's going into his third year, so I don't even know if he played one season with Debo.
Maybe they overlapped.
Yeah.
I think it was the first one.
Was it the first one? Okay.
But Pearsall was out for most of that.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I still will leave that little bit of a door open for this is possibly them trying to do a recruiting move,
Right.
but probably not.
I very much think the Kittle and Juszczyk one was.
God, of course.
I think they would love to have him back.
Yeah, I think they're all friends. I think they just want to hang out with their friends.
Yeah.
Like, come back over here. So that kind of makes sense, but I don't know if it means anything other than that. Anthony Slater reports that Warriors head coach Steve Kerr has already told rookie Yaxel Lindeborg that he might start for the team this year. Is that the right move?
Well, now that they've struck out on LeBron James, they're going to kind of tuck their tail between their legs, give Draymond Green the money that he wants, and then see what version of Jimmy Butler they're getting back after his pretty significant ACL injury. I mean, I think Yaxel Lindeborg absolutely could be in the conversation for starting. I would be very surprised if Steve Kerr is starting him on opening night, knowing how Steve Kerr has always been with rookies and younger players. But Yaxel looked great in Summer League. He's an older rookie that helps more of the win-now window that they're trying to build in Golden State. So I wouldn't be surprised at all for Yaxel Lindeborg to be a starter in Golden State pretty quickly.
So my question with this was, should Steve Kerr have even, though, put it out there to Yaxel, like, hey, you're going to be a starter? Because I know how Steve Kerr has been in the past and how he is like, okay, you're a rookie, you're not starting right away. Like, I don't know if he should have just come out right away and said, hey, you're going to be a starter for us. Because that seems a little not Steve Kerr-ish.
I think there's a way that he could have done it that's Steve
Right?
Kerr-ish. And I think
I was a
that
little
might
surprised.
be what they did. I think that there could have been a coach conversation where it's like, hey, we really need you to lock in practice. You might be starting for us.
Could be
like,
that
we
way.
might need
Right,
you. And
right.
that is definitely something Steve Kerr would do.
Hey, kid, you were really impressive in Summer League. You have a chance to start for this team.
Yeah.
Let's hit the ground running when we get to training camp. That could be how the conversation went.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That definitely feels more
Yeah,
Steve
because it
Kerr-ish
made
than,
it.
Yaxel, you're starting day one, kid.
And it kind of made it sound like, hey, you'll be starting. And I'm like, whoa. But that don't, especially with Yaxel. Like,
Definitely different for Steve.
Yeah.
Definitely
I was like,
different.
okay.
3 years ago, Twitter rebranded to X.
It did?
And we still say Twitter and
Yeah.
tweets. Is this the worst rebrand ever?
I don't know. Like, I guess it
I think it's
qualifies.
one of the worst.
I guess it qualifies, but it's a rebrand that just people ignored.
Yeah, it's the fakest
Exactly.
rebrand
So it's
ever.
not a rebrand.
The only time I've ever called X or Twitter X is when I'm acknowledging it sarcastically,
Right.
like, this player said on X, and because you had to do that on TV and
Sure.
stuff like
Yeah,
that. That's
I
like
know.
the only time that I would ever do it. But it's Twitter. And I still say I'm tweeting out. Everybody still
Yes.
says tweeting out. I still type in my search bar twitter.com, which then
too.
turns to x.com.
Me too.
It's Twitter.
It's a horrible rebrand. What was the point? You could have literally just left it alone.
Elon.
There was no reason.
Got to make it different.
And it's like, it's a fail because we don't say anything that
Fresh coat
even
of
has
paint.
anything to do with X. So
Yeah.
it's just funny to me.
I think it's funny to ironically go, they call it the Everything app, which is the dumbest tag ever. So sometimes it's like, I saw it on the Everything app, which me and my friends say as a joke to each other. It's like an inside joke.
I would not know what you were talking
Exactly.
about.
That's what it makes no sense. It is ridiculous. It's the fakest rebrand ever. I think you guys are right.
Also, the logo sucks.
The
Yeah.
logo's
What if we make
awful.
an X, but one of the slashes is like a rectangle? Whoa! I'll pay you $1 million for that idea.
Goodness gracious. Oh, Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald tweeted out about an hour ago. NBA Central aggregated it. But Barry Jackson had tweeted it out that Miami Heat are expected to contact DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
So
it makes perfect sense. DeMar to the Heat has made sense for years, just like DeMar to the Cavs has made sense for years. I think DeMar is going to end up in Miami. It's a perfect spot for him to be that mercenary scorer that he is in South Beach to end his career and play meaningful basketball. He's going to look good in Miami Heat colors, too.
He really is.
That's a good spot for DeMar. I would be stunned if DeMar goes anywhere except for Miami.
Oh, by the way, we might have to bring this in at some point. I guess the Tom Dundon email to Blazers remaining staff just dropped.
Oh, boy.
I really want to read this. I haven't even read it yet, but it's got to be entertaining.
All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to have Q Myers with us to talk about the Raiders training camp. He's host of Locked On Raiders and from ESPN Las Vegas. Then in the following segment, we'll do that and get Kayla's thoughts on the report that the Grizzlies are going to play a few home games this year in Nashville. And as Kayla shared with us before, Memphis and Nashville don't like each other too much. We'll see how that goes. We'll do that before Kayla's 2-minute drill. It's all in the third hour of the show coming up next here on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This Green and Gold Injury Report is brought to you by the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. If you get in an injury, just call Gingery. Nick Kurtz is starting to participate in range of motion and strengthening exercises as he recovers from a right thumb strain. Zach Geloff has also started range of motion exercises and will have stitches removed from his right knee laceration this week. Brent Rooker underwent successful left knee arthroscopic surgery last Friday and is expected to be ready for spring training come next year.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer, and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Bring the entire family out to Sutter Health Park for Sacramento River Cats baseball. From exciting action on the field to smiles in the stands, it's the perfect place to make family memories. Plan your next family night out at the ballpark. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR.
KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Looking out the window, the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day to be a Raider fan, that's for sure. Because the bright future, boy, you can hear it in the wind and the birds chirping. With Fernando Mendoza signing the dotted line yesterday, cementing the future Super Bowl champion Las Vegas Raiders. It's just a good time, man. It's a good time. I know that sun over Las Vegas, though, is hot as hell, and that's what Q Myers has to deal with. And Q, you can answer this question probably, because Kayla and I were talking about this yesterday as we welcome in Q Myers from the Locked On Raiders podcast and ESPN Las Vegas. Q, with how hot it is over there in Vegas, and many of us know we just experienced it going to Las Vegas for NBA Summer League, where in the world is training camp for the Las Vegas Raiders, and how do they manage the temperatures if it is indeed in the Las Vegas area?
Yeah, it's been here in Las Vegas, and thanks for having me. I do appreciate it. Always great to catch up with you guys. But yeah, it's over at the facility, actually in Henderson. But they have to do practice at 7:30 in the morning. So next week we'll be out at 7:30 a.m. They'll get wrapped up around 9:30 or so, 10 o'clock. Then, they'll go inside. But they have an indoor facility as well. But, yeah, it's hot, man. I mean, I wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock, it's already 95, and so it's like it's so hot out. But it is what it is. You just kind of get used to it. And so when you were coming in and saying you can hear the birds chirping and everyone's excited, look, the birds are taking cover, man. The birds are like, hey, man, y'all chose to be out here in this. We ain't got to be out here in this. So, yeah, there ain't too many birds flying around in this heat right now. But there is a lot of excitement with Raider Nation with Fernando Mendoza signing his name on the contract yesterday.
Yeah, because we had just seen that. We talked about it yesterday, and I think a lot of us forgot that he hadn't even signed it yet. But no surprise on getting that done. When it comes to, there's all these reports out here of, there's some reports saying now that Kirk Cousins might just start the rest of the season.
I hate it, Q.
And that he's going to sit behind Kirk. Now there's some people saying he's going to get first team reps sometimes, and so maybe he will start at some point. Like, Q, what is going on with all these Fernando Mendoza just kind of guesses on what will happen this season?
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders' original plan is to start the veteran, right? That's something that John Spytek, the GM, has referenced to. That's something that Clint Kubiak, the head coach, has referenced, that ideally, in an ideal world, the rookie quarterback could sit behind a veteran and learn through osmosis by just observing what he does and how he operates throughout the work week and how he gets treatment on his body and just everything that goes through being a pro. Now, that doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen, but that's the initial plan, and that's why it was important to bring in a guy like Kirk Cousins to give them options. Now he can take the reins to start the season. He could be the starting quarterback, and then at some point they could pass the sticks on to Fernando. Or in a great scenario for Raider Nation and even Fernando, maybe he wows everyone in camp and they're like, you know what, this kid's got it. Let's just go ahead and throw him out there. But they're not pigeonholed. They're not back into a corner where they have to make a decision on Fernando's got to be the guy because we don't have any other options. They have a guy that's been well-versed in this Clint Kubiak-led offense when their time in Minnesota. He knows the coaching staff from the offensive coordinator to the offensive line coach and others. So there's a lot to like about this situation. But everyone wants to know the $1 million question: when's Fernando going to play, right? Yeah. Because he's the bright new shining toy. He's in the garage, and everyone wants to get that bad boy out on the highway and see. That's what they're waiting for. But I keep trying to tell them, just be patient, because at the end of the day, he will be the franchise quarterback. moving forward. Last year, when Geno Smith was there as the Band-Aid, nobody knew, or the bridge, nobody knew what the bridge was to. Like, you knew there was a bridge there, but to what? What's on the other side of the bridge? You already know that Fernando's waiting on the other side. It's just a matter of when he's going to get into action, not if.
Q, we've used these summer months to kind of let whether it's animosity or fallout ripple effect of what happened between Max Crosby and the Baltimore Ravens kind of play itself out. The only thing I've been seeing with Max Crosby in it is either his music videos that he's been dropping or him featured on the NFL Top 100 video. What from Max Crosby in terms of his approach to this season have you gathered? Is there a redemption tour element? Is there a chip on my shoulder after what happened with the Baltimore Ravens? Is it I'm fully bought in with the Las Vegas Raiders as my team going forward, and we're ready to compete for the division this season? Like, how can you summarize just the strange summer and the mindset change, if there was at all, with Max Crosby that he's dealt with?
It's funny. I mean, it was a strange offseason and that whole scenario with Max, and then it wasn't, right? I mean, as soon as the trade did not go through, Baltimore backed out of it. Max saw all the moves the Raiders were making, from Quay Walker to Nakobe Dean, obviously making the move for Tyler Linderbaum from the team that he was going to, and just then they go into the draft and he gets Mendoza and they see all the different guys in the secondary that they drafted. I think Max is pretty fired up. I think he's pretty excited. People asked me right after the trade didn't go through, well, how does Max go back to the Raiders and feel good because they tried to trade him? But that was more of a mutual thing. That was more of a Max wasn't feeling the direction of the Raiders. The Raiders knew that they needed to overhaul the team, and the best way to do it is to trade their best asset, and they were only going to trade him for a King's ransom, which was 2 first-round picks that Baltimore agreed to. So I think that it's all water on the bridge. From just the conversations that we've had with Max, he seems like he's in a really good place. You mentioned his music. He dropped a song, The Raiders Way. So, I mean, that's not like he's, angry at the organization. I mean, he's in a really good spot. And he reported to camp yesterday when the rookies reported because he was coming off that injury. He's fired up and ready to be there. He was there like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just he's ready to go. And I said it when the trade didn't, go through. I said, man, I feel bad for whoever lines up against them week one. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't need much to motivate him anyway. I mean, he's one of those guys that is the very, the vision of those alphas, the guys that can find little small things and that offended them or that motivated them. What did Michael Jordan say? And I was offended by that. Like that's Max Crosby. Like he doesn't need much to push him. So yeah, I think he's in for a monster season. And look, that's not going to stop the conversations from happening. Is Max available? Is Max available? Is Max available? Teams are going to want him because he's that good. So, you'll still hear the chirping about going and get him. But I think he's pretty happy and pretty satisfied where he is with the Raiders. Now they've got to go hold up their end of the bargain by going out and turning this organization around.
We got our guy Q Myers of ESPN Las Vegas and Locked On Raiders with us here on the Matt and Kayla Show. Q, I know that a lot of these free agents that are a little bit older, these vets, they don't like to sign before camp. So there are still some out there. I know there's some possibilities to bring in maybe another wide receiver. Is there anyone in particular that you feel that the Raiders could be eyeing?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, the name Stephon Diggs keeps popping up, but I can tell you, man, Stephon Diggs and his personality off the field is not good for Vegas. Yeah. And I don't think it's good for this Raiders organization. And that's not the kind of people that John Spytek has been trying to bring into the organization. Now, look, they might get to camp and they might not see what they like, and they might go through the preseason game on the 13th against the Cardinals and say, man, we need to do something. We need to get some kind of wide receiver, and maybe he's still out there, and they say, you know what, we'll take a shot. We have a pretty strong locker room, high character guys. He's a little bit of a wild card, but okay, maybe he's worth a one year run on him. Because look, there's no denying Stephon Diggs is good for especially young wide receivers. We know that, right? We saw what he did last year in New England with Drake May. We saw what he did in Buffalo with Josh Allen. We saw what he did in Houston with C.J. Stroud. I mean, he's everywhere he's gone, he's produced, but he's also kind of a knucklehead. So I don't see the Raiders wanting to bring that into the locker room. But again, if they get out there and they realize that, man, we definitely do need to upgrade the wide receiver room. It's just not where it needs to be. I can see them making a move for a Diggs, maybe a DeAndre Hopkins, but I just saw a report that he was in New England on the coaching staff. So maybe that's not the direction they don't want to go. I don't know.
Let me run this one by you, though, Q. I'm going to pitch it to you like this is a sales meeting. Week 9, the Silver and Black returns to the Bay to take on the Niners in Levi Stadium. Fernando Mendoza is making the start, selfishly, because I want to be there. And Deebo Samuel is catching his passes while wearing the silver and black in his return to San Francisco. Come on, Q. It writes itself.
I mean, that could be a possibility. I just don't know who Deebo is right now.
True.
Right? Is he Deebo that everyone used to get scared and tuck their chain in when he came down the block, right? And you heard the scary music, or is he the guy that got knocked out by Craig? You know what I mean? Like I don't know who Deebo is right now at this stage of the game. I know that San Francisco couldn't wait to get him out of town, and Washington embraced him until they didn't, right? And so it's like, where is he at? I've seen reports that he's the healthiest that he's ever been. He's in the greatest shape of his life. Well, everyone's in the greatest shape of their life in July, right? I mean, so what is he when he's out there on the grass? And if he could be that guy, maybe, but I just kind of feel like his better days are behind him. But again, that could be a possibility. I don't think he's a bad dude off the field at all. And I feel like that would be fine. The character would fit in with the Raiders locker room. But I do believe that the Raiders are going to at least give the guys that they have right now an opportunity to show who they are or who they're not before they go out and make a move for a veteran.
Q, I always like to ask, people who actually cover training camp going in, because everybody has a little bit of a side agenda in terms of just the broad things. We all do that. But is there anything you're looking at specifically throughout training camp and going to monitor?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a guy who lives in a world that DBs win games, right? Yeah. That's my motto. DBs win games, and the Raiders completely revamped their secondary. I mean, they went and made a trade for Teron Johnson from the Buffalo Bills to man that nickel spot, and then they went out and drafted 4 guys in the secondary, right? And so when you go do that, you draft 4 guys in the secondary. That lets it be known you need more from that position group, so they go out and get Hezekiah Masses in the 5th round from Cal. All the Bay Area folks, I'm sure they know him really well up there at Cal Berkeley. They go out there and get Traden Stukes in the 2nd round from Arizona, and his running buddy Dalton Johnson, also from Arizona. And then Jamad McCoy is the big, maybe he's the biggest steal of the draft, the guy that was a 1st round talent that dropped to the 4th round because of injury. He just signed his deal the day before, so on Wednesday he signed his deal. So, could he all of a sudden become that guy that he was before he got banged up? Because all of a sudden, if he's on fire and Masses or one of these other guys is able to go out there and play at a high level, now you're looking at a Raiders secondary that actually is pretty salty. And one of the biggest issues that they've had is that they don't create turnovers. Yeah. They don't see ball, get ball. And all the Raiders that I grew up watching, they all were ball hawks, from Eric Allen to Charles Woodson to, you insert guy. I mean, go back to Terry McDaniel, Albert Lewis. I mean, way back in the day, they've always had someone, even Reggie Nelson. And back in the day, he was a, ball hawk at the back end. Like, guys always made plays on the ball, and the Raiders just don't have that. I think they created 8 turnovers last year as a team, right? I mean, you can't live that way. You've got to be able to get extra possessions for your team. So that's something that I'm paying attention to, what that new look secondary looks like. And then one more little quick one is I want to see who's going to be the main punt returner and kick returner. Mm-hmm. They haven't had a threat in those positions in years. I mean, this is a fun fact, and it's going to blow your mind. The last time the Raiders had a kick return touchdown, it was 2010, and it was Jacoby Ford. That was the last time they had a kick return touchdown. Ooh. And then the last time they had a punt return touchdown was Dwayne Harris at the Oakland Coliseum. Wow. And Dwayne Harris has been retired for many, many years. Right? It was like 2019. It was when John Gruden, I think it was 2018 when John Gruden came back the first time. It was against Denver. That was the last time they had a punt return touchdown, and Jacoby Ford was the last time they had a kick return touchdown. There's teams that have 3 or 4 of those in a year. The Raiders haven't had that in years, plural. That's ridiculous.
Well, to be fair, Q, as you know this very well, there were times where we wouldn't see too many punt returns, period, for the Raiders with how their defense has been in past years anyway.
True.
Obviously, they're working to fix that, and the defense, I thought, had some really bright moments, some really solid moments last season. Of course, Max Crosby, the catalyst of that. But one of the less exciting positions or parts of football to talk about, but the importance cannot be overstated when you do talk about it, is of course the offensive line, right? And it's the conversation around the offensive line has largely been, hey, can they protect Fernando Mendoza when he does play? And is Kirk Cousins there to essentially be a body bag to take the hits while the line is getting themselves together? But I'm really looking at the line in the sense of how can they do what they need to do to really unlock Ashton Jeanty, who never got the opportunity to be what I think he can be and what the Raiders drafted him to be under Pete Carroll. When you look at how do you analyze an offensive line in training camp though, Q? That's so difficult when you're not going up against other teams.
It's really difficult because they're only padded so many days. Yeah. And that's how you can actually see what the offensive line looks like is when they're padded and when they have the physicality. And remember, they're switching to a different blocking scheme as well. Yeah. It's a zone blocking scheme that they're running that the Raiders have never ran very well. So that's something to pay attention to, but that's something that's been part of the Kubiak, Shanahan, that whole system forever. They all run that outside zone blocking scheme. So they bring in Rick Dennison, who's the offensive line coach. He's got 4 Super Bowl rings. I mean, he's obviously been there, done that. But the problem is, how quickly can they pick up that offensive line, right? How quickly can they pick up the scheme? And, by the way, who's going to be the starting 5? I know one, Tyler Linderbaum's going to be the center, right? I know Colton Miller will be the left tackle, but how long can he stay healthy? Right? Because he's been banged up lately. So, you've got the guard positions that are open. I think the right tackle position is open. So you do have a lot of competition on that offensive line. But to your point, it's really hard to break down and analyze in training camp when you have less reps to do it in. And then even in the preseason games, are all those guys going to actually be playing? Or are they going to try to ease them into the regular season? So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be a big question. I'm with you. I think Jeanty, he did a lot with very little last year. I mean, he came up 25 yards short of 1,000, went over 1,300 yards from scrimmage, and I was basically blocking for him. Like, nobody was blocking for him last year. It was bad. So, if they can get this thing turned around, Ashton Jeanty could be the guy he was expected to be when they drafted him at number 6. But that offensive line has got to come together.
Q, what's like the biggest thing you're looking for with Clint Kubiak here in training camp and just kind of seeing how he operates, not just an offense now, but an entire team?
An identity. Yeah. I think this team needs to show an identity. I can't tell you how many times I've done my local show here, and it's been 4 weeks into the season, 5 weeks into the season. People call in and say, hey, what's the identity of this team? I don't know. Right. And that's the thing. Like last year, I thought it was going to be a run first team because they drafted Ashton Jeanty and Pete Carroll was the head coach. And so it makes sense. They're going to be a very defensive team and they're going to be very, they're going to run the rock a lot. Well, they couldn't run the ball. The defense wasn't very good, and Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly weren't on the same page. I mean, it was all over the place. Antonio Pierce was the head coach. I thought, okay, they're going to be defensive-minded and they're going to run the rock because that's what he told us. This is what our plan is. We're going to hang around games and we're going to win them at the end because our defense is going to be so strong. Well, Malcolm Kuntz goes down. Christian Wilkins goes down. Max Crosby goes down. Jack Jones can't cover anymore. Like all of a sudden, the defense is terrible. The offense can't do anything. I mean, so it's like, what is the identity? Who's this team going to be? So Clint Kubiak said that the motto for this team is ride for the brand and play with shocking effort. So, okay, that's your motto. Now I want to see what that means in camp. Like I want to see you riding for the brand and playing with shocking effort. If I can come out of camp at the end of it and say, you know what, I see what they're doing, I think that's a positive direction.
Q Myers with us from ESPN Las Vegas and host of the Locked On Raiders podcast. Phenomenal coverage of the silver and black over there. Q, is there anybody with a heavier weight of expectations on their shoulders than tight end Brock Bowers? And can his body, figuratively and literally with the injuries he dealt with last season, manage the weight of those expectations after the banged up year that he had?
Yeah, I think so. Brock is a pro's pro, man, and he's ready to roll. And yeah, his knee got banged up in week 1 last year, so obviously he was compromised. But I think he's going to be so good, especially in this offense. I just feel like the way that we saw Clint Kubiak line JSN up all over the field last year in Seattle, and I know he's not a wide receiver and he's not, Jackson Smith and Jigba, but he's the number one target, and he's the best number one target at the tight end position in the league as far as I'm concerned. I think Clint Kubiak's going to have a field day. I mean, he talked about he was a football robot from heaven. I mean, and Clint Kubiak doesn't have personality. Like, he doesn't have personality where he's cracking jokes and laughing too much, but when all of a sudden he hits him with a nickname, I thought, oh, wow, okay, he's really caught his attention. So, yeah, he's going to get such a heavy workload. I mean, I'm fired up just to see what it's going to look like. But that's going to be how this offense goes, and that's another reason why that offensive line has got to come together, because you're going to have a run game. Genty's going to have to be able to run the ball for, Brock Bowers to even have a chance to have the type of season that he wants. And someone else is going to have to compliment him too. Like, one of these wide receivers is going to have to step up and be a guy that's an available target. But yeah, man, Brock is as advertised. He's fantastic. His catch radius is incredible. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like in this Clint Kubiak-led offense, because I do believe for the first time in a long time, the Raiders will have an identity on offense, and it's actually going to look like an offense that, oh, hey, this makes sense. And, I see what they're doing here, and hopefully they'll score more than 14 points a game, which was what they averaged last year.
Q, you were mentioning just like, people calling about the identity of the Raiders. I'm curious as what is kind of the feel of the fan base there, and what, I mean, are they optimists? Are they optimists right now? Are they pessimists? Are they somewhere in between? Like, what is kind of the feel in Las Vegas?
I think the smart fan is cautiously optimistic, right? That's the smart fan. The one that's just all silver and black through glasses and everything they do is perfect is, hey, man, look, Raiders are back, right? Here's 10 wins, 11 wins, playoffs.
You're damn right.
I mean, look.
We got the division.
Hey, look, I don't get mad at that, but I also try to be realistic. This is a team that won 3 games last year, right? So as much as I could tell you how good the moves have been made, the coaching is a lot better, the players that they brought in is great. Look, it's still a process. So I'm looking at 6 or 7 wins is what realistically this team should look at this year. Anything more than that is great. Like, I'm not going to say that they have to stop at 6 or 7 wins, but that should be what they're aiming for, to at least double what they did last year. And I think that most fans are excited about that, just because for the first time in a long time, it feels like this team, this organization really does have a plan in place. And that plan has started to show itself from the minute that Pete Carroll got fired and John Spytek said, hey, I'm leading football operations. We're going to do this way, and we're going to do it the right way. And it seems like everything he said they were going to do, they've done. So that's really encouraging for Raider fans. And so for everyone that calls in, they're excited. They do believe this is kind of like John Gruden 1.0, when you started to see a little bit of, okay, this team does have something going on. And we all saw what it did. It took a couple years, and all of a sudden John Gruden had them at the top of the AFC West and winning the division and ultimately losing to him in the Super Bowl. But that's another conversation. But, it's just like, it feels like this, for the first time in a long time, this team is really headed in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. Q, you said 6 or 7 wins?
Yeah, 6 or 7, yeah. Oh, yeah, I get you. It's so immature. I love it.
I heard 16 or 17. I don't know why. I just heard 16 or 17. That's what it sounds like.
Hey, I mean, it happens. It happens. Like, if they go 16 or 17, get that, even better, right? Look, that'll make my job easy.
Just tell everybody who has the audacity to mention Jamarcus Russell anytime we're having a conversation about Fernando Mendoza. Just kick them out, wherever they are. Just kick them out. Just get rid of them. And you're not allowed to mention that name in Allegiant Stadium. Q, before we let you go, total curveball, throwing you off, but I know you're a sports guy through and through, not just a Raider guy. You got a reaction to LeBron James to Philly? Philly, Q? Yeah. What is he, an Eagle fan now?
Man, I was surprised by that. I really was. Yeah. I thought it was going to be Cleveland or Miami just because he has ties there. Yep. I didn't think Philadelphia made a whole lot of sense, except for that they do have a lot of talent. So, if you're trying to make the ultimate flex where, hey, look, I went to Miami, I won. I went back to Cleveland, I won. I went to L.A., I won. Now I'm going to another team, and if he wins there, then, I mean, there's not too many arguments that you can make about the greatness of him. I mean, there's not too many arguments you can make anyway, but I mean, that's a hell of a flex. So I'm assuming that that's really what it's all about when it comes to the move for the 76ers. Because again, there are no ties, there are no family hookup. Like I saw some report that maybe he's going to live in New York and then commute to Philadelphia, and I'm thinking, I mean, are you in or are you not? Right? I mean, what is, so it's kind of weird, but we'll see. Philadelphia is a very talented team. Joel Embiid's probably the happiest guy. He has no pressure on him anymore, so there's that. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see what it looks like. But yeah, I'm just glad that the decision's over, man. I'm glad that he finally made his decision, and we can go on with our lives, and we can now talk about if this is a good move or a bad move instead of I wonder where he's going to go. No, okay, look, he's in Philly. Cool, let's go.
Blue Pool in our comment section says, if I had $1 for every time I've heard the Raiders are back, well, you'd probably have as much money as LeBron James has. But this time it's real, Q. This time it's real. This is the real one, right? We couldn't possibly be wrong this time.
I mean, look, a broken clock is right twice a day, right? So there you go.
I'm waiting for one, damn it. We need one. We need one.
I know that's right.
That clock really messed up. Q, you're the best, man. You provide such phenomenal coverage down there. I know you're going to be all over Raiders training camp coverage when that really gets going here in a little bit, preseason and beyond. It still feels far away, but it'll be here before we know it. Looking forward to checking in with you over the course of the season and all your great silver and black coverage, my man.
Absolutely, man. Definitely appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for having me on. You know I got a lot of love for you, man. Thanks so much.
That's the great Q Myers from ESPN Las Vegas and the Locked On Raiders podcast. We'll take the break. When we come back, getting Kayla Anderson's thoughts on the report that the Grizzlies are going to be playing some games in Nashville, not Memphis this season. Oh, yeah, and apparently Kayla got her hands on the email.
Oh, no, that was fake news. I told you in the break, and you didn't listen.
I didn't hear you?
No.
It was fake?
He was on his phone.
And
I told him, I didn't retweet it.
Again? No,
I didn't retweet it.
But you got duped again?
Yeah. The letter was pretty good, though, man.
Damn it.
It sounded just like something Tom Dum Dum would do.
Well, at least I hope this Grizzlies to Nashville thing isn't a dupage as well.
No, it's not. It's real.
It'd be dramatic, to say the least. We'll get Kayla's thoughts on that when we come back. Before her 2-minute drill, it's Matt and Kayla at Sactown Sports.
Did NBA Summer League make you feel better or worse about the directions the Kings are trending this season?
I actually feel worse. Really? I do. Every team that the Kings played had just a couple first-rounders hanging around that are now 22 years old, starting to find their way. And we were having to not make excuses, but explain why the Kings are losing these games. And these are teams that also have better, more cohesive vets that weren't even there.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
That refresh you've been putting off until the right deal came along? It's here. Wayfair's Black Friday and July sale is happening now, so you can finally get the style you've been waiting for less. Get up to 80% off area rugs and up to 60% off outdoor and bedroom furniture. Shop Wayfair's huge selection of styles and find the piece to fit your style, budget, and space. Plus, free shipping. Black Friday in July ends July 27th. Shop today at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPfest.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner. Locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
It's time to saddle up, Sacramento. It's Wild West night with the Sacramento River Cats on Saturday, August 8th at Sutter Health Park. Celebrate the Wild West in classic baseball fashion with themed fun and River Cats baseball under the lights. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 34, Home Sweet Home. The Niners move into Candlestick Park.
After saying goodbye to Kezar Stadium in January, it was time for a new home for the 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers officially moved to Candlestick Park for the 1971 NFL season, playing their first game in October of 71 against the Rams. Now, the Niners played there from 1971 to 2013 and shared the park with the San Francisco Giants until 1999. Strong winds were commonplace, making for challenging playing conditions. The stick had its quirks, but the Niners made it a true home field advantage over the years.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Coming up at 1 o'clock, diving into a Darius Acuff Jr. heavy segment, including a conversation that Clutch Points had, an interview with Darius Acuff Jr. There's a lot of quotes in this story, in this interview, that I think will fire up Sacramento Kings fans. So join us at 1 o'clock. Make sure you're still tuning in to hear Darius Acuff Jr. talk about being compared to Allen Iverson and Jalen Brunson, on what fans can expect from him and what he expects from the fans, his relationship with Scott Perry, his summer league in Vegas, and why he's the right man for the job to lead the Sacramento Kings back into relevancy and success, including the playoffs and hopefully a championship. It's all coming up at 1 o'clock. But right now, earlier this week, Kayla, a report came out about Adam Silver wanting to see the Grizzlies play a few games in Nashville in these upcoming seasons. Nashville is as you can attest to, rapidly growing city and is a city to watch for expansion of professional sports. I know they're in the mix for MLB expansion. And Adam Silver keeping his eye on Nashville. Now, I don't know if they would look at it as an expansion or to move the Grizzlies from Memphis to Nashville. But if I've learned anything on this show working with you, I've learned that Memphis and Nashville don't like each other very much. And this probably would not go over too well for the Grizzlies to play a couple of games in Nashville.
Yeah, so when I retweeted this, clearly I have a following still in Nashville. And it is a interesting market in that it's grown immensely in the past 5-6 years. And I'm talking like record levels of just expansion of the city. However, it's like a transplant city more than anything now. And when it comes to their teams, their big team there is obviously the Tennessee Titans, who, by the way, moved there from Houston. So diehard sports fans there that are Tennessee sports fans are Titans fans.
Yep.
Their NBA team is technically in the state, the Memphis Grizzlies. However, living in that city, we barely spoke about barely spoke about the Grizzlies. And you didn't really hear anybody.
Even when they were relevant, like when they were in the playoffs?
Barely spoke about the Grizzlies. And this was TV, this was radio, this was all forms of social media, all of that there in the Nashville area proper. And so it was always like, from what I understood in my 8 years there, was that people just think of Memphis and Nashville being two different places, and neither of them want to associate with each other. And so Memphis Grizzlies were their team, and Nashville's got they've got kind of an array of teams now, but they've got the football team, they got the NHL team there, and got an MLS team there, and then all the college. So when retweeting this, just the remarks that I got were hilarious because it is so passionate about people, and most of them were not in favor of this. Like, as a native Nashvilleian and diehard Grizzlies fan, this is absolute BS. As a Nashville resident, really would be worrying about how our city would even show up for the team. Like, these are from Nashville people too. So it's a very polarizing thing there. I get wanting to play some games there and maybe get the interest of Nashville to, like, their NBA team in the state. But if they're trying to make a move and trying to slowly plant themselves into getting the NBA there, like, it's gonna be bad.
Do you think if the Grizzlies were to become Nashville's, do you think it would work?
Not really.
Really?
No.
If they shed all the skin of Memphis.
You can't shed all the skin of that, though.
Well, I mean, you have your history, but you're not in Memphis anymore. The Grizzlies are Nashville. Well, they're Tennessee's team, but they're Nashville's team now.
It's a transplant city now, and there's not enough, like, people have their own teams that move there, right? A lot of them are Californians who move there. They're Golden State fans. They're Laker fans. And if you isolate Memphis and take their team, I'm going to tell you right now, most of those fans aren't coming over. That's how crazy it is. So I get it because it's Nashville and it's a bigger market and it's growing. So I get it in terms of what Adam Silver is looking for overall with the growth of the NBA team and being in a bigger city. But the passion Memphis fans have for basketball in general is so different.
Well.
So, and that's just not me. This is other people that have chimed in from Nashville, from Memphis.
Yeah, the NBA is, I mean, Adam Silver is just obsessed with future.
He is.
He's obsessed with what's next.
Yep.
And, I mean, I think it's obvious from the commentary of players and this information coming out and how Nashville has grown. I think it's obvious, and it's not disrespectful to say that the NBA, I think, would rather be in Nashville than be in Memphis. And outside of adding a 33rd NBA team, because the two expansion teams that they're bringing in are obviously going to be Vegas and Seattle, and they should be because both of those markets are primed and ready for NBA basketball. The only chance you get the NBA in Nashville, in my opinion, is moving Memphis. Unless you went totally crazy and moved the New Orleans Hornets.
Yeah.
New Orleans Pelicans to Nashville, which having two basketball teams that in that close proximity, I think would be a disaster for the NBA. So I believe wholeheartedly that the NBA is doing this and trying to experiment this because they want to see if they can, I would almost say, strong arm it.
Yeah.
Force it. And I feel for Grizzlies fans. I've never been to Memphis, never experienced it, heard good things, heard bad things. Never experienced a Grizzlies game. I know how that fan base has supported the team. Whoop that trick when John Morant was a rookie in his sophomore season, and I of course remember the days of grit and grind at Zebo and Marc Gasol and Rudy Gay and young Mike Conley. If I'm Memphis and I'm a Grizzlies fan, I'm staring at everything the NBA is doing and going, they're going to try and take our team.
What if they moved Memphis away? Do you think that would be their play? Like, not even to Nashville. It would be their play to move it entirely away from the state and then put in an expansion team in Nashville?
I don't think, you guys, I don't think Nashville is going to support NBA. I'm sorry. Like, I've lived there. I know the fans there. It's football, football, football. I just don't think it would be supported well. When the Titans were bad, the stadium was literally full of all the other teams. They have a hard time filling Nissan Stadium, and that's their team. Imagine if their basketball team struggles that thing will be...
then if that's the case, then Nashville's not the market it's being made out to be.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
As someone who lived there, I think it gets overhyped, and I'm not trying to be rude. There's a lot of other great things there, and they love football and their sports in the SEC, but I think when it comes to basketball and NBA, I don't think it would be supported. And also think about this. Kimberly just mentioned this. When they moved the Chargers up to LA, think about them moving it just across the state. How much of a gut punch that is. Of course, I wouldn't want to follow my team there. I'd be more willing to follow my team to another state than I would then to go across to my evil stepbrother. I don't know.
The neighbor community I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough, man. It's tough.
Adam, knowing who Adam Silver is, I feel like the NBA is going to try and force this.
No, you're not wrong either. You're not wrong. And it did not help with LeBron coming out and saying that. I'm telling you right now, that ignited something within Adam Silver. I truly believe it did.
I'm also not to be conspiracy theory here because it's not really that big of a deal. I wouldn't be surprised at all if LeBron knew that this has been in the works for a while and the NBA was okay with LeBron and players being the ones to start to float this idea out there. Because I promise you, with what we've heard, the issues that we've heard with Memphis, I promise you the players have talked to the league about it before. Promise you. And it's low-hanging fruit, but if what we've heard about Memphis and going to games in Memphis, because I've heard it from traveling media members, I've heard it from players, we've heard, and it's sometimes it's not fair, and I know I get annoyed as a Sacramentan hearing people talk about Sacramento who have clearly never been here before. So who am I here in Sacramento who's never been to Memphis to say it's dangerous or blah, 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 blah. So that's not what I'm saying. But clearly there's enough there for players to talk about it and for Adam Silver to go, our solution is still in the same freaking state in Nashville. I feel like they're going to strong arm it, or they're going to try to. And this is the first step, is just let's plant the seed and let's test it. And if it doesn't go well, there's going to be an excuse why. Sounds like they're going to want to try it over the next couple of years. It'll be interesting.
Dang.
Interesting to say the least. We'll take the break. When we come back, it's time for Kayla's 2-minute drill. The other major stories around the National Football League, including, oh boy, the most exciting story in football, Jacoby Brissett quarterbacking the Arizona Cardinals. Woohoo! Kayla's 2-minute drill is next on Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. The Screening Gold Injury Report is brought to you by the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. If you get an injury, just call Gingery. Nick Kurtz is starting to participate in range of motion and strengthening exercises as he recovers from a right thumb strain. Zach Geloff has also started range of motion exercises and will have stitches removed from his right knee laceration this week. Brent Rooker underwent successful left knee arthroscopic surgery last Friday and is expected to be ready for spring training come next year.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider. 800-444-9336. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-9336. That's 800-444-9336. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-444-9336.
It's time for the 2-minute drill. Kayla Anderson has the ball, and she's taking us around the world of football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill on Matt and Kayla.
Kayla, next week when we're doing 2-minute drills, it'll be with pretty much every NFL training camp officially being opened.
I know, it's crazy.
The 2-minute drill has almost made it through the offseason.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I feel I did a decent job of finding stories when there wasn't a lot to find.
Well, the NFL certainly provided you with plenty of drama off the field this
More like
summer.
Negative stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm over it.
Shout out Tony Romo today. Anyway, it's time for Kayla's 2-minute drill.
Okay, we start with this. Brissett breaking down. Now, not breaking down in terms of his body, but
he's broken.
He's breaking down when it comes to giving himself to the practice field. Because guess what? Jacoby Brissett, that is right, he has reported to training camp as the Arizona Cardinals. They struck up training camp this week. He participated in the first practice on Thursday. However, he is still awaiting that new reworked contract. So all of the stuff in the offseason, all the OTAs, all the mini camp stuff, he did not go to, and he was trying to put his foot in the ground and say, you better give me a new contract. Well, he caved in. Brissett obviously is in front of some of the other quarterbacks that are there that are battling for, I guess, this starting job. Gardner Minshew, who's been a really solid backup in the league, is there, along with Carson Beck, who just signed his rookie deal, I think just a couple days ago, and then Keaton Slovis. So I think Brissett will be that starter to start the year, and they'll probably get the deal done at some point here soon, but that is still a mess.
It is pretty hilarious to have no leverage with a team or little leverage in a team that basically can sit on across from you from the negotiation tables and just go, look, we're either going to suck with you or suck without you. It doesn't matter how much we pay you. We're garbage. Your job is to hand the ball off to Love and get the hell out the way.
I mean, I don't mean to be rude in terms of Brissett, but you're just, to me, on par with Gardner Minshew. So what leverage do you really have at this point?
We are bad. We're the Arizona Cardinals. We'll pay you 2 pennies.
It's going to be interesting watching how whatever this is unfolds this season. And we're going to see a lot of it because they are in the AFC West with all these other good teams. It's the only bad teams. Jeez. NFC West, excuse me. All right, Wounded Panther. So, again, this is an injury situation that happened yesterday. The news broke during our show, and I decided, got to talk about it today. The Carolina Panthers, who also started up training camp on Thursday, have placed second-year outside linebacker Nick Skorton on the injured reserve list. He suffered a right knee injury, and he actually had tests later in the day. He tore his ACL.
I hate these training camp stories. I hate these so much.
Awful.
There's minimum one a year, and every single one, I could not know who the player is at all or have any care about the team, and they piss me off. It's not fair for this to happen.
It's sad. And a second-year player who just is kind of getting into what it is to be an NFL player. And also, this is a huge blow to the Carolina Panthers. He was going to be opposite of Jalen Phillips, so they were going to have 2 really good guys on the edge. And this is a team that needs all it can get. Like, when it comes to trying to make a step forward this year. Obviously, Bryce Young is there. He's trying to take a step forward, but the defense, these are pieces that they need. So he was carted off. I guess the whole team surrounded him, but what a blow to Dave Canales and the Carolina Panthers, man. Stinks.
I know that these are freak injuries that happen all the time when you play any sport, let alone a sport that's as physical as football. Even though these are non-contact injuries, you make a cut and something just goes wrong. I just wonder if there's ever been a investigation, however big or small, by the league to look into why these injuries happen so frequently in early days of training camp. Like, these guys, it's not like these guys have been sitting on the couch eating chips all summer. Like, they're getting their own individual work in, so they show up in shape and they do something on a practice field, and
it's like usually
every year
first 1 or 2 snaps of something,
Brutal, man.
So
Brutal.
Wishing him the best and speedy recovery, but a big punch there for the Carolina Panthers. Don't sweat it. That's right. So we've talked a little bit about the 49ers. I don't think they would ever do this, but Josh Sweat is obviously down there in Arizona, and he is coming off of a really good season. I don't think they do an interdivision trade at this point, but maybe down the line if none of their quarterbacks pan out and they need a pass rusher up in San Francisco.
Hey, Carlos, you suck anyway. Just help us out.
Maybe you do a little swap like that. In all seriousness, though, he did end up being a surprise addition to the PUP list on Thursday because of a knee injury. However, it doesn't seem to be serious. He's 29 years old. He finished last season listed on the injury report with an ankle knee injury, but Mike LaFleur did say there's, quote, no problems with Sweat. Seeing him yesterday, he's fired up to be here. He's in great spirits. He looks really good. He even mentioned if we maybe would have started like everybody else next week, maybe he's not on the PUP list. So I think they're just trying to take their time with him.
I will say there is definitely an element in Arizona of kind of carefree football. Like, if you know you're one of the stars of the Arizona Cardinals, like, you're not going to win, but you have a chance to get a lot of snaps, put up a lot of numbers, and then maybe increase your trade value to get the hell up out of there. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd be, in good spirits too if I was Sweat. And it's like, well, I know I'm a good player. I'm going to play for the Cardinals. We're going to lose a lot, but hell, I'm going to play important games every week.
You wouldn't be sweating it?
See, that's why I said that. I thought that was a great start to.
I didn't know who you were talking about. Yeah. Now that I have the context, this is
right.
Yep.
I know,
you
man.
get it.
He gets so annoyed with
I know.
this.
He was shaking his head when I was
you can't get
deciding whether or not it was.
I just don't. Why don't you give me any credit for this? I work really hard on coming up with some of these titles.
I miss Tepper's Peppers.
That was a good one.
Well,
See, it's grown on it.
I miss that.
Good
No,
thing
it hasn't
is-
grown on me. It's just funny.
Good thing is that guy's a disaster, so I'm sure we'll have more of Tepper's Peppers coming
more-
up throughout the season.
Can't
More
wait.
Tepper's Peppers.
Yep.
There's a side hustle there for him. Imagine.
I guess so. You know he's the one that threw a drink at a fan?
In what context?
Who knows? I can't remember the context, but he did.
Okay.
Yeah, he's something else. By the way, if you're just joining us, you had not heard us early in the program. Tony Romo.
Program?
CBS, what?
You call it.
Did you say
the program? It just makes me smile.
Oh, coming up on the program.
Welcome into the program.
Welcome in on the program.
That's that old school broadcasting of Kayla Anderson.
Oh,
right
thanks. So now he just called me old. He's really
No.
striking out today.
No, it's old school.
I think he already has 3 strikes.
Tepper's Peppers.
He was arrested on charges of, it's not funny.
Tony.
Intoxicated while driving. Yeah. This is not good for CBS. They had Mark Sanchez last year getting some crazy brawl in Indianapolis. And then now this is happening.
Comparing Tony Romo to Mark Sanchez doesn't feel right.
I'm not
feel fair.
saying.
I know you're not, but it's funny to
product,
compare the two of them ever.
But my thing is, like, what the hell was he doing in Milwaukee?
Partying, man.
Clearly doing this.
Being Tony freaking
Good
Romo, you know.
Lord, he's got wife and 3 kids. Hey, I'm up in Milwaukee.
I've talked to Tony a couple times very briefly in Edgewood. He's super cool.
No, I'm sure he is.
Super nice. Just a little
Sure
too
he
cool,
is.
apparently. Hey, Tony. Hey.
Hey, now.
Hey,
Big party
Tony,
guy.
Come
Big party
down
guy.
there. He's going to be in the booth week 1. What are we talking
With
about?
Jim Nance. I wonder if Jim Nance will, like, poke at him for this one.
That's 100%.
Don't you think?
Jim's going to sneak that into the
I
broadcast.
saw the mugshot. He looks like he's already laughing about
Yeah,
it.
he's like,
he was.
Because he's vibing, man.
Yeah, he's
And
like,
that
this is whatever.
He's like, I'll be fine. This is funny.
What do you need, $1 million? That's probably what he's going to say. You need $1 million?
Yeah. Tony's going to do a breakdown, an X's and O's breakdown of his police cam video. That would be great entertainment. We'll take the break. When we come back, you want to get fired up here on a Friday? Listen to some of the things that Darius Acuff had to say in his exclusive interview with Clutch Points. We'll have those quotes for you. Plus, we'll hear ESPN, what they had to say about Darius Acuff Jr. on their broadcast yesterday. And John Hollinger did list Darius in his biggest NBA Summer League disappointments. We'll get to that as well. It's the start of the final hour of the show, final hour of the week, right here on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You ever notice how the other guys scream about massive discounts on their Dodge, Chrysler, or Jeep Ram vehicles? Then you get to the fine print and boom, another $5,200 in mandatory ads. At Hoblet, we don't insult your intelligence. The price you see is the price you pay. No mystery add-ons, no bait and switch, no gotcha when you sit down to buy. Hoblet, family owned for 77 years. Transparency, straightforward pricing. Buy it right, buy it at Hoblet.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Hey there, Mark and Tom, the travel and entertainment guys, brought to you by Sports Leisure Vacations. Time for our weekly travel tip, and with it, here's Mark Hoffman.
The topic for this week's tip is a bit different. A week ago, a man was gored by a bison in Yellowstone National Park. But unlike many visitors who tempt fate by getting really close to the wildlife, he and a friend kept their distance. It wasn't enough. The bison, who appeared to be 200 to 300 feet away from the humans, decided he didn't like having them there. The end result was a man lucky enough to only have his leg broken in 4 places. Fellow travelers, if you share your travel destination with wildlife, there is a huge lesson to be learned. Give wildlife distance, plenty of distance, in their homes, remember. Watch that video, and as terrible as it is, a man getting gored, it communicates better than any number of warning signs in a park ever could.
More tips to make you a smarter traveler. Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR. For loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
How about a little pick-me-up to start the final hour of the show today? Final hour of this week's worth of shows. Of course, we've got the Drive guys joining us at the end of the hour before they do their Friday edition of their 4-hour program, as Kayla calls it.
What is wrong with program?
I don't know. I like it. It's just old school. I like it.
Again, calling me old.
No, that's not what I said.
Unbelievable,
I said it's
man.
old school.
You guys ever called anyone friends of the program? I think that's a fun.
That is definitely an old school one.
Big friend of the program.
But I don't
It's a fun
dislike
saying.
it. Yeah,
I like it.
That's great for the program.
Yeah. Friends of the program.
Friend of the program.
Yeah.
Deuce Mason was on earlier, friend of the program.
Big
program,
big friend of the program. Best friend of the program.
Program sounds official.
Does it?
It sounds big.
I hear program and I think of that piece of paper that I'm handed when I go to something and I look at it once and then put it away.
Oh, yeah. Like a dance recital.
Program.
Don't like that one.
Program?
Yeah, I don't like that.
I knew someone, I can't remember
Program.
who
Welcome
pronounced
to program.
it. Welcome to program.
Yeah, there
Give me
are
that-
some
give me
people who
that
pronounce it
program.
that way.
Darius Acuff Jr. did a sit-down one-on-one interview with Clutch Points. And there are some very fun quotes in here. some quotes that obviously we know, we can guess the cadence of which Darius Acuff Jr. delivered them, which is very straight-faced and monotoned and just kind of like this the entire time. But he says some interesting things. And this first quote I'm going to read for you is him talking about, he was asked about being compared through the pre-draft process to both Allen Iverson and Jalen Brunson. And he says, I mean, it's obviously good, but that's not my focus at all. Honestly, some may not understand, but I like to compare myself to me. It's great others want to compare me to great players like that, but I compare myself to who I was the game before and try to improve every time I set foot on the court. It's all about working on my craft for me and figuring out ways to get better. I don't want to be someone else. I want to write my own story and my own greatness.
Yeah, I like that. I think that that's a good answer. I think we've kind of grown out of that stage of, I do feel like in the past, players were more willing to be like, yeah, I would compare myself to la 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 la. I think we've grown out of that a little bit, where you're okay to say like, oh, I'm happy that there are some comparisons to this player and this player, but I like to just say I'm me, because it's easy for that to slip, or something like, oh yeah, I think I'm compared to this person. And then it goes the completely like wrong direction, or people are like, "Wait, what is he thinking?" So I think it's always a safe bet to just be like, "I compare myself to me, and I'm going to set my own expectations for myself."
When asked about who he is and what he's bringing to Sacramento and the expectations, he said, "Hey, just being a winner. Kings fans want to win, and I'm going to deliver on that promise." He then was asked what he expects from Kings fans in return. He said, "Hey, just keep the energy coming. Sacramento fans always show up through thick and thin, and they've been here the whole summer league to not only support me to the fullest, but also this team as a whole. I know they will show up for the whole season, and I will do everything that I can to make sure we are winning."
Yeah, I think he got a little bit of a teaching in what this fan base was before he came here and did his research on really what they offer, even in tough times. And I think he truly does appreciate that, and appreciates through thick and thin these fans show up.
Yep.
And I think he takes pride in that, but I also think that's why he came here. He thinks he can get the work done.
Yep.
Like, it might take a minute, but he thinks he can be the guy that starts what it is. It could be a possibly good run down the road. I truly think he thinks that, and knows how special it would be for these fans to be treated with winning down the road.
That sets up nicely the final quote that I'll read for you at the end of this article, when he talks about why he's the right man for the job. But here he is talking about being drafted and what that moment was like. He said, "It was just a really great moment for me. I don't know how else to explain it. For me and for my family, this has been our collective goal for years. We've watched the NBA and the draft for so many years together, dreaming of this moment. To actually now be a part of it was definitely a blessing. You know, just being there with my family, that was the best part. Nothing can beat that moment. It was like it was it was only us in that arena when my name was called. There was so much happening, and everything didn't really hit me up until the press conference after being selected. I didn't get caught up in all the emotions and realization of the moment, because I embraced it and knew it was finally my time. Going to the Kings is a blessing," is what he said.
That's awesome. I truly believe it too. He is not one to sugarcoat things, I don't think. He's not one to say things he doesn't believe. That doesn't come across of what Acuff is and how he was raised. And I think with all of this now unfolding, what's going to be really interesting is, because I keep forgetting he's young. He's 19.
Yep.
And there is going to be a process of growth, a process of maturity. And I'm not saying he's not mature as a young man, but just maturity in the game.
You're going to grow up.
Yeah, and you're going to grow up and be, in front of a great fan base doing that. But there are going to be bumps along the road for him. And what I love about Acuff, though, what he's shown, is that's probably not going to get in his mind.
Yeah.
Like, he just kind of is looking forward. When things come up, you have to maneuver through him. But it doesn't seem like it's going to really push down on, like, his confidence much. He's just going to hopefully learn from those things.
I'm fascinated by what is Darius Acuff Jr. going to do when the Kings have, like they do every year, They have their little Kings fan fest before the season starts, and it is your rookie duty to do some sort of performance or something. I am Sacramento. I am fascinated about what in the world Darius Acuff Jr. is going to do, and if we see any bit of personality, the last time I was this fascinated was when Keegan Murray was supposed to do his. But Keegan never did his because Keegan, right before FanFest, got COVID. So he missed his FanFest and actually missed the start of his rookie season. So Keegan never, ever had to do the rookie singing and dancing. So Acuff is another one of those Keegan-type personalities where he doesn't really say a whole lot and lets his game do the talking and has pretty much a straight face and a frown on his face the entire time. What in the world is Darius Acuff Jr. going to do for that performance? I am way too invested in that.
Maybe get sick.
I hope not. I want to see this. He is old school, according to the article that Jason Jones wrote.
He does like old hip hop.
He is which I love. He's an old hip hop guy. He could go that route where he could do like a little. I mean, I don't know if he can sing, but maybe he could do a little karaoke spot.
I'm sorry. Did you just say he's old school? Are you calling him old?
No, because he's not old.
Weird. And
but
neither are you. No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Relax.
Hey,
relax.
Women are sensitive about their age.
I didn't say anything. You
It's
said
just
the same
never
thing I
smart
said.
to call
Here
women
you
old.
go. It's a two-way street. You say one thing, it's the same
Acuff's
thing.
19 and he's a guy. Who cares? He don't care. He's 19. That's not old. But in all seriousness, I could see him doing like
some old school hip hop.
Old school hip hop. I guess he's he likes to play games. He likes Uno.
Yeah,
Uno's
like a big thing in his family. Uno.
How do you perform Uno?
I mean, I guess you bring other
Big
rookies up
Uno?
there and win it. Play it until you win it. I don't know. It's great. Great
Here's
question.
At FanFest, we're going to sit at center court and play a game of Uno.
We're all playing Uno.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's like, come on, guys, are you ready?
There was a Hard Knocks one year where the rookies tried to do something as a group together, and it was so bad that it got cut off midway through, and the veterans on the team said, nah, you're doing this again tomorrow, and you're going to do something different, and it's going to be better. I don't remember which Hard Knocks it was, but there was a
So they
Hard
were
Knock.
like, that's not good enough.
I feel it wasn't the Bears one. Was it the Bears one?
It might have been.
It might have been the Bears. The Bears.
This would be awesome. Tortilla Jackson. Acuff got across the floor, did the moonwalk. Because, MJ's from Detroit. MJ is a Detroit guy. Also, Acuff was once asked about like a song that, I don't know what the question was, but he did Man in the Mirror by Michael.
Nice, Tortilla Jackson. Good job referencing Michael Jackson because you knew it would get
Thanks,
Kayla's
Tortilla.
attention. Well done, Tortilla Jackson. Well done. Nice play. Throughout the draft process, how much did we talk about the relationship between Darius Acuff Jr. and his family and his dad and Scott Perry? Well, of course, he was asked about his relationship with Scott, and Acuff said some great things. He said, my relationship couldn't be better with him. Scott is my guy, and he's instilled a lot of confidence in me even before the Kings drafted me. That first meeting, he told me how great I could be. He shows a lot of love all the time, but he also wants the very best for me. I can feel his confidence in me, and it's comforting to know how much trust he has in me to help lead the franchise into the future. At the same time, he won't sugarcoat things with me. As a good and as good as he thinks I am now, he's already talked with me about ways to get better. And reassuring as it is to have or to hear how much he already loves my game, the thing I love about my relationship with Scott is that he's already challenging me to get better.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about him the most.
Yeah, I like that part. I like the part where he's not afraid to tell me things I need to be better at.
We've heard so many players.
He's straightforward.
So many players talk about being a straight shooter, and that's what they love about Scott Perry.
Mm-hmm. That's a good sign.
Yeah. How about, Acuff's been criticized a lot for how his summer league went. Not the most efficient summer league, but Acuff says, hey, I feel good about what I did out here in Las Vegas. I'm not happy that we haven't won as much as I would have liked, but it's all about finding ways to get better, handling the pressure and finding ways to improve. That's what it's about for me. It's been good. I've been trying to consistently learn, and this has been a great process for me. It's really new, and it's just about gathering as much information and learning as much as I can. So while Acuff is not excusing, just like in his post-game press conferences, he wasn't excusing how he played, he has the perspective of this is intended for me to get comfortable, not for me to put on a show and put up a bunch of points.
Yeah, and I think that was part of the thing coming in. Whatever Scott Perry did in terms of sitting down with some of these rookies and kind of talking about Summer League and what expectations were, or just what they kind of wanted them to do, which I truly do think one of the big messages felt like it was just go out there, like you said, we're not expecting you guys to win every game. You guys get comfortable with each other. You're going to be playing with different guys at different times. I don't think it's ever you're going into Summer League as a GM or a coach and being like, we're going into Summer League and it is our job to score. Your job to score this many points. You have to have this percentage from the field. Yeah. We're going to have to go to the champion. I don't think that that's ever what the message is.
I need 18 points a game and 42% shooting, A-Cup, or you're fired.
And if not, you're going on the ground and giving me 800 push-ups.
Benched.
Yeah, I just think that he kind of knew that there weren't super high expectation for numbers.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. I think it was just, hey, go out there, get your feet wet, and then we'll go back and look at things, and we're gonna have to grow from them. So
here's my favorite quote or quotes from Darius Acuff Jr. This is all coming from his interview that he did with Clutch Points. He was asked about what makes him the right man to lead the Sacramento Kings going forward. And he says, honestly, it all comes down to my hunger to win. I hate losing. Anytime I'm on the court, it's not about my stats or any of that. My focus is only on winning. After Summer League, it's all about building chemistry with my new teammates, getting in the gym, and charting a path to success. I think that will go a long way in achieving our goals. All the outside noise of what we will be like won't matter because inside the gym, we'll know what we're capable of. I think that will go a long way. So then he was asked, well, what are you going to be working on then behind the scenes? And he said, I can't tell you that.
Oh.
I'm keeping that a secret.
Ooh.
They'll all find out soon enough.
Oh, is he going to go pump some iron? Is he going to
play some defense? Take
Yeah,
some
is
threes?
he going to go work on his defense? What do you mean, DA5?
His last quote, I'm a winner. It's as simple as that. But that's all anyone needs to know. We are going to win in Sacramento.
Yeah, it might take a couple years, but I don't doubt it.
My question is, and this is a genuine question, this is not meant to be tongue-in-cheek. My question is, how does he handle
losing
the first few years of losing?
No
Because
doubt.
a lot of players have come into the league believing they are winners because they've been winners their entire life.
For sure.
Then they get into the league and play for a franchise like the Sacramento Kings that is historically lost. And while I'm not saying it changes them or anything or they become complacent, you see players change in the sense that they kind of get used to losing and not that they're okay with it, but it changes their approach because they realize I can't emotionally take the losses so hard or it'll kill me.
Yeah.
Or I have to get out of here.
It's a great question. I'd rather have an A-Cuff personality go through that than maybe some of these other personalities out of the draft, even if they're very good. I just feel like that's why his personality fit here, because I do think he can be put through the ringer a little bit. But you're right. I think that there will be times, Matt, that he's going to go through a slump or the team's going to go through a slump.
For sure.
And that's though when I do believe, and I think Deuce agreed with me, I do believe it'd be nice to have some sort of a vet that's maybe been through adversity like that, right? Sure. That can kind of keep things calm or just give advice. Whatever it might be, it would be nice to have it during times like that because we all know those times are going to happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a different voice to not just a coach, right?
Yeah.
Or a player that's your same age to say, hey, look, get it together. We're going to get through the storm.
There's going to be a number of moments this rookie season in Sacramento where Acuff is going to be frustrated, whether it's because he's not playing well or he's the only one playing well, or no matter what they do, they're still losing by 10 to a team like the Sixers now. There's just going to be moments like that, and it's going to be interesting to see how he handles that and how he grows and matures with that too. Because again, a lot of players come to Sacramento and are drafted to Sacramento, and they've never really lost before. Like they've lost games, and maybe like in the case of Arkansas, they didn't win the NCAA tournament, but pretty much everywhere they've gone through the AAU circuit, high school, college, they've played for winning teams with winning records. Sacramento, you're going to have a losing record probably for the next couple of years, if at least. We'll see how he handles that. ESPN, NBA on ESPN yesterday, they had a panel that was talking about just some of the rookies just rookie takeaways, essentially, from Summer League. And on there, our friend Anthony Slater brought up Darius Acuff Jr. Here's what they had to say. Oh, play. Go. This is on my end, Anthony. This is not on your end. It's buffering.
It's spinning.
Shout out.
Watch the wheels spin.
Shout out Friday Internet. All right, you know what? We're just going to do this. Good old-fashioned.
Start over.
Good old-fashioned refresh. Let's take two, everybody.
It's been one of those Fridays.
Yep, camera two. Yep, we got everything good. Bobbity-bee, bobbity-boo. All right, here we go. Here is Anthony Slater on NBA on ESPN talking about Darius Acuff Jr.
There's Slater. Who stood out to you?
Darius Acuff. He wasn't particularly efficient, but he had a high usage there. 29 shots his first game, 100 shots in his first 5 games in Summer League. And that's what the Kings want. He steps into the franchise day one, really, as a 19-year-old who is getting the keys to the offense. And it's going to be a delicate balance for him. He still has some established, known veterans, Domantas Sabonis, Zach LaVine, who would be likely in the starting lineup next to him. So he's going to have to navigate that. But everybody in Kingsland knows, including Sabonis and LaVine, that Acuff is part of this next wave of Kings, Scott Perry's biggest pick, and he's going to have the keys right away, and I think he's going to take a lot of shots.
And Zach LaVine, he was in Las Vegas to see Darius Acuff for one game, and he was impressed with him. He said, you know what, I really like his game. I think we're going to play well together. He understands that Acuff is the future of the franchise, and for however long he's there, that's going to be the backcourt for the Sacramento Kings. Like you said, Scott Perry, this is his first big draft pick. They're putting the ball in his hands. And Darius Acuff told me, hey, look, I know I'm going to be measured against Keaton Wagler and Michael Brown Jr. I welcome the competition, and I welcome being the face for the Sacramento Kings franchise. And remember, I'm from Detroit. This is the highest draft pick as a Detroit native for a very long time. So he is carrying a city and a region on his back, and he welcomes all of that.
I love that.
So there is NBA on ESPN talking about Acuff. The thing that I like the most in there is the conversation about like Zach LaVine and Darius Acuff Jr. They're going to be backcourt partners. We don't know what that's going to look like. I certainly have a ton of questions about it. But Slater said in there, Sabonis, LaVine, they both know Acuff is the future. They both know he's got the keys. He's got to have the green light. And while there is going to be a balancing act between the three of them to figure out, and especially Acuff as the point guard will have to figure that out as the floor general, there just needs to consistently be an understanding this season of where the Kings are going, what the Kings are doing, and why, if there's questions of where the shots should be going, the arrow should largely be pointing at Darius Acuff Jr.
Yeah, I think that will be, and already has been made clear. I think the question that everybody has here in Sacramento, or who is a Kings fan, is what the hell are you getting defensively? And what does that look like? And how much of a liability is that backcourt with Acuff and LaVine? And my thought process here, as putting myself in their shoes as a competitor, especially Acuff, knowing that all eyes are on me this season. I do have the keys to the car, but I know coming out of college, 100% my biggest weakness was defense. And I know I'm in the backcourt with a veteran player who's already probably set in his ways. Like I do believe Zach will try to do as much as he can defensively because he's trying to up his stock too. Like it is going to be something where, people aren't looking at him as a defensive player, but overall, like the team playing well is going to help him. The team winning more games than losing games is going to help him. So I think though, if you're Acuff and you know that, it's like, I truly feel like he is going to understand he has got to up that side of his game. He has to. And I'm not saying it's going to be great, but I do think it can get to good. I do.
Yeah.
So, because there's that pressure in its own right, knowing that your backcourt is trash when it comes to that.
Right. So you got to buy in a little bit more just to make sure the naysayers aren't obviously right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Take a little pride on that end. We are almost to August, which means the NBA Summer League overreaction content is really starting to die down. The Summer League is starting to kind of become the past, and you look forward to the future. But John Hollinger from The Athletic said, hold on, I got to get my NBA Summer League biggest disappointments out there. And the first name he has listed in his disappointments is actually Darren Peterson, which I think is pretty interesting.
Oh.
He also has Christian Anderson of the Hornets on this list. He has the entire Oklahoma City draft class.
All right.
He has
the whole Oklahoma. That's great.
Keaton Wagler for the Clippers.
Yeah, I'd put him on mine.
And Darius Acuff
Okay.
Jr. for the Kings. He
It is what
writes,
it is.
you miss all the shots that you don't take, but Acuff also missed most of the ones he took. An extraordinary 100 shots in 5 games. Let it fly, baby. For a guy drafted to be an offensive engine who could get others involved just as well as he scored himself, this was a bit of a record scratch. Acuff wasn't exactly raining fire either, shooting 39.7% on twos and 27% on threes. What made it worse was that he struggled to involve the other 4 guys. Acuff finished his summer with 23 assists against 19 turnovers. Not only is that a ratio of nearly 5 shots for every assist, extremely thirsty for a full-time guard, but there were too many miscues mixed in. About the only faint praise I'll offer is that his defense seemed, if not actually good, certainly more engaged than it has looked at Arkansas.
Yeah, that's not surprising to me. Again, when you come in as a guy that is known for scoring, that's known for your percentages coming out of college in terms of field goal and 3, and you miss those marks in your first showing in Summer League when you have guys like this that are only breaking down that in Summer League, of course he's going to get a write-up like that. That does not, at least he gave him the credit a little bit defensively.
Yep. Hollinger snuck in one more disappointment at the very end of his article that I initially didn't
Player?
catch. Alex Karaban.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The Kings traded up from 34th to snag Karaban at number 29, which seemed like a bit of a reach at the time and looks like more of a reach after 5 summer games in which Karaban failed to accomplish much. That's not fair. With the caveat that Karaban missed the California Classic with an ankle injury and perhaps still wasn't at full strength, it was jarring how impact-free he was in Vegas, drawing just 1 free throw attempt in 5 games and finishing with only 3 stocks in 124 minutes. There isn't really even a subcategory to cling to. Karaban had a measly 7.7 rebound percentage rate, more turnovers than assists, and finished with an 8.0 per PER. You genuinely expect more when selecting a 23-year-old in the first round. Let's end this one positive note for a long-suffering Kings fan base. Second-rounder Emmanuel Sharp looked like a keeper. If you imagine they took Sharp at 29 and Karaban at number 45, Sacramento's draft makes much more sense. I feel like people are, in general, because I know I was surprised when we were talking about Karaban earlier this week by some of the reaction of our comment section. I think people are picking on Alex Karaban a little bit. Because, we saw him play in 3 national championship games, and now we're seeing him in Summer League, and he's not playing well in Summer League. You're comparing apples to, coconuts. It's not even remotely the same thing.
It's a little low-hanging, but I think the only reason why some are grasping at it is because, obviously, Alex is a big name coming out of college, right?
Yes.
Coming out of UConn, the run that they went on, he's a 2-time national champion. And I think because they know the Kings traded up for him is why maybe he is that low-hanging fruit right now.
But people need to remember it was a second-round pick that they traded up to get him. And second-round picks exist to be moved. That's what they and I know Malik Thomas was taken at 34. The Kings should have just taken him. Well, there's other teams that are kicking themselves and feeling the exact same way because whether they had Malik Thomas on their draft board or not, and in this case, I don't believe they did. Okay, that's a bummer, but just because he was selected with the Kings pick doesn't mean it hurts more for the Kings than anybody else that didn't draft him. I think we're just getting a little too overdramatic based off of Alex Karaban's struggles in Summer League when a lot of people struggled in Summer League on the Sacramento Kings. We'll take the break. When we come back, Kayla's got an NFL name game for us. She tried to explain it a little bit to me yesterday. I didn't understand it, so that means I'm going to be really good at this game.
Well, it's probably easier than your MLB miniseries.
I don't like that. That was not nice. Matt and Kayla, Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Have you seen The Odyssey at the Esquire IMAX Theater? Director Christopher Nolan shot every frame entirely on 1570 IMAX film, and Sacramento's Esquire IMAX Theater is one of only 40 theaters in the world showing The Odyssey in brand new IMAX film technology, as Nolan intended his epic film to be seen in IMAX format.
No one could stand between me and home, not even the gods.
See The Odyssey for the first time or again, and lock in your seats for the best movie experience, only at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see, the new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Carmichael Dave here, so proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family-owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Well, we almost made it through the week, but
almost.
We're not having that. Not having that.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Not having that. Get your ass out. That's all I'll say. All I'll say about that.
Damn.
Hey, let's play a game, huh? Apparently now we have back-to-back games. Because Whitey texted us saying we're playing Football Feud now.
Yeah, Football Feud.
I'm sure this will go great. Last time I couldn't even hear the rest of the freaking question before Kayla answered it. Should I even play?
I have a feeling I'm on a low today.
You're on a low?
You're mad about getting carried through a game?
No, we were against each other.
Oh.
That time, but we've been with each other several times in that game. Maybe we'll be on the same team.
Was that Football Feud that we did we were against each other when you answered all the questions before, or was it Jeopardy?
That was Jeopardy.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Different game, man. New hopes.
Yeah, there you
New
go.
dreams. No, Kayla, he'd be like, this team played in ding, 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 Jacksonville. All right.
He got so mad.
I couldn't, because I didn't know the question.
You just got to ride the wave.
I guess so.
Ride the wave.
Well, let's warm up with a game that Kayla's invented, an NFL name game. Kayla, how does this work?
So this is one that I want you guys to have fun with.
Okay.
It's going to give you a little creativity. I know both of you have a creative side to you. Yes, you do. You did TV. You had to do stories.
Beyond Kings, you lose me.
Oh, God.
I can't even color.
Guess what? Then dig deep.
I'll do my best.
All right. So I found this interesting. This dropped yesterday from Yahoo Sports. And some of these I really was like, wait, what? So there's some names of NFL players. We got some like game music or something. Maybe we can just spice it up in the background just to give it a little oomph underneath of it. There we go.
Here she goes. She's directing. I need this. If it's my game, I need this.
All right. So it is the name game. I'm going to give you the player that you probably didn't know what his real name was. And I want you to just guess what it could be. All right. Here we go. Starting up things with Dak Prescott. That is not his real first name. So what might be Dak Prescott's real first name?
Can I ask if it's an acronym?
That's cheating.
No.
Okay.
Dakota.
Okay.
I think that's obvious. I feel like I feel like that's got to be. I feel like Dakota. That makes sense. I'm trying to think of what could be like a 3-name acronym.
Right.
I was also thinking Carter for no reason.
Okay, that's actually not a
Carter.
bad guess.
Carter.
I think he's named after Andre Karolinko, like AK-47. I think it's Dak. I think that there's something in there. You know? I think that there's.
Where's this coming from?
I think.
So.
Darius Andre Karolinko.
Whoa.
Prescott.
Okay, that is good. Unfortunately, neither of you. But I love the attempts by both. Neither of you are right.
I don't know where you got Andre Karolinko from, but I love it.
I believe this is actually spelt Ryan, but it's with a Y. It's Rayne, Prescott.
Rain?
Oh.
I think it's actually Ryan.
And how does that get to Dak?
Great question.
Something else?
Yeah.
Football name?
Yeah, because some of these are weird like this where they're out of nowhere, and
Stage
some
name.
you can see where they come from. Okay, next up, Sauce Gardner. I think most of us knew that wasn't his real name.
Yeah.
So any guesses at what he actually calls himself, his biological name?
Robert.
Yeah, I think like Jim. Just something, he's got to hide it. You know, it's like very.
He's got to make it cool.
Because he had to
normal.
make it pizzazzy.
Well, when it's Sauce, it's cool because it's
right.
Because if you change your name for Sauce, because your name's not cool. Sorry to Roberts and Johns or Jims out there. But.
Okay.
John Gardner is like a normal dude. Sauce Gardner, football player.
Exactly. You guys are not right. But I liked the attempt because that actually sounded normal. Ahmed Gardner.
Okay, cool.
So
That's
Ahmed
cool.
Gardner. Yeah.
Go by
which
Ahmed.
I kind of like.
I mean, Sauce is cool too.
AG? I kind of like that too.
Ag.
Yeah.
So Ahmed Gardner, not Sauce Gardner. Remember next time you see him, hey, Ahmed. Next up, this could be a little easier, guys. It is not CeeDee Lamb, But does anybody have a guess on who it could be?
C.D. Lamb.
In terms of his first name.
Spelled C-E-E-D-E, not like C-D.
Yeah, and don't overthink this one. I will give you that clue.
Oh, is it compact disc?
Close.
Why am I close with compact disc? That's worrying.
Let's go.
That would be funny, though.
Arnold.
Okay. I said it was actually not too far from CD, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. It's not too far from CD.
Like it starts with a C.
Connor.
Cameron Down.
Okay. That's not bad. You would combine this, I guess. It's Sedarian Lamb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the CD is in his full name. Sedarian Lamb. I kind of like that name too.
There's never a chance in hell I would ever have guessed Sedarian.
That's
what
why
an awesome
we're just
name.
making fun with it.
Yeah.
What an awesome
It's a great name. I
That is
know.
a good
I
name.
think he should have kept that one too. But I get it. CD, it just rolls off the tip of your tongue.
Sedarian.
Yeah. Sedarian, though. Sedarian Lamb with a touchdown from Dak Prescott.
I mean, CD's cool.
All right,
Yeah.
next up. I knew this one because I covered him coming in his rookie year in Tennessee. A.J. Brown. A.J. is not his real first name. What
Andrew
is-
Jackson.
Okay.
Aubrey James.
I like that. I like both of them. How about this? Arthur Brown.
Oh, is my son's name?
Arthur Brown.
I should know that.
Yeah.
Where's the J come? Oh, is it Junior? Okay.
Yeah.
I should have known that one.
So Arthur Brown is A.J. Brown's real name.
Great name.
Next up, C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud. That is not his real first name. C.J. is not his real first name. What is it?
Connor James.
Christopher Jenkins.
All right. These aren't bad, though, you guys. Coleridge Stroud.
Who?
Coleridge Stroud.
Coleridge.
That's
Another
an interesting
cool
name.
Yeah. This one's going to blow you away.
Huh?
Matthew Stafford.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, he's like Brian.
Okay.
Is Matthew like his middle name?
Yeah,
I guess
Brian
that's
Brian
cheating.
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. Rick.
Okay.
Rick.
You guys did good with the basics, but you can't get much basic in this, and maybe that's why he turned it to another basic
Hold
name.
on. Let's
Oh, you're
keep
still going. Okay.
Paul, you go. Let's go basic. We can
We
get
go
this.
back to like John.
Eric.
Are we close?
John.
It's
I
John?
got-
John Stafford, baby.
Boring as hell.
No wonder why he changed it. And
To
then
Matthew?
I
mean, it's
got
cooler,
I
guess.
got one more funny one that I don't think I even knew this because it is kind of boring. Trevor Lawrence is not Trevor Lawrence.
What are we doing here?
Who is Trevor really? Trevor, who are
Freaking
you?
a bunch of imposters is what this is. Trevor, his name is. Oh God, he looks like a Brad. Bradley.
James.
Bradley? You said James?
Yeah.
He's got it's the hair of the Bradley.
Okay.
James Lawrence.
William Lawrence. William Lawrence. Yeah.
So you went with Trevor?
So he went with Trevor. Just like Matthew, his name was John, he went with Matthew.
All right. Well, hey.
So some fun ones in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Name that football player.
Great. Well, now we're all warmed up for Football Feud with Whitey Gleason. When we come back, the Drive Guys joining us one last time this week. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
How aggressively should Scott Perry and the Kings look to trade Zach LaVine this season?
This isn't LaVine a year ago or 2 years ago. There's no reason to just trade him to trade him. He's a $49 million asset coming off the books at the end of the year. So you have to ask yourself, well, okay, if you're going to trade him this year, what are you getting for him? If you let him go to the end of the year, you're getting nothing. But everybody is at or near the cap right now. So you have to think like a general manager.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovery. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
My buddy dies. I show up to the funeral. Open casket. We're still doing that? I've never understood open casket. I don't get it. It's like, you told me he was dead. I believed you.
From the Monday Morning Podcast, his hit film Old Dads, and his latest Grammy-nominated special on Hulu, comedian Bill Burr, coming to the venue at Thunder Valley, Saturday, July 25th, with all new material. Get tickets at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Bill Burr.
The Gold Rush Classic, where the stars and guitars shine. The Gold Rush Classic is a celebrity pro-am golf tournament, $1 million hole-in-one, a skins game, a celebrity draft party, and a concert featuring the Cripple Creek Band. The Gold Rush Classic raises money for Make-A-Wish, Jordan's Guardian Angels, First Tee of Sacramento, Rancho Murrieta Youth Sports, and other worthwhile children's charities. The Gold Rush Classic takes place August 6th and 7th in Rancho Murrieta. Come join the fun, raise money for charity, and play golf with a celebrity like Barnes, Fernandez, Jackson, Lloyd, Merriweather, Ostertag, Polanese, Sharp, Schumann, or our own Greg Vaughn. Golf and concert sponsorship are still available at goldrushclassic.org. That's goldrushclassic.org. The Plan Solutions team sponsors the Gold Rush Classic. Plan Solutions, partnering for a strong financial future.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, I have been told you're extending the 4th of July sales event because those deals are so darn good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$17,000 total net savings after $41.62 dealer discount and $11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and $500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th net savings, sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Bring the entire family out to Sutter Health Park for Sacramento River Cats baseball. From exciting action on the field to smiles in the stands, it's the perfect place to make family memories. Plan your next family night out at the ballpark. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.962% APR.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Final time this week, we have the privilege of cross-talking.
Oh, yeah!
With the Drive guys. Woo! Good energy heading into the game we're about to play on a very slow news day. Nothing else going on.
Wait, what are we doing?
Oh, you didn't hear?
Right.
Oh, no.
I told him. I did give him a heads up.
He didn't know.
I gave him a heads up.
Alan Stiles, welcome into another edition of Football Feud.
I'll tell you what we'll do, Alan. You get to pick your teammate. Who do you want as your teammate?
Worse.
Anthony, Matt, or Kayla?
Ooh. We talk through the thought process. Go.
See, I watched Celebrity Family Feud last night. Cooper Flagg's family destroying Barstool Sports.
Yeah,
And
who got 0 points.
Yeah, just destroying them. So I got the inspiration. Here we are. But again, you get to pick. This is the easiest question you'll get all day during this game.
I already know who he's going
Who
to
do
choose.
you want on your team?
I already know who
He
he's
always
going
goes
to
with
choose.
the producer.
I'm going with Matty G.
We're cooked.
Wow!
Hey.
All right.
Come on.
Wow!
Best of luck.
We got this.
We're
Kayla
screwed.
and Ant-Man against
I'm getting in the
Go,
backpack.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, and
What'd you
Alan.
say?
I'm getting in the backpack.
All right, Kayla,
I
so
thought for
Matt,
sure you're going with jorts.
you want
No.
Matt to be your team captain?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah.
All right.
All right, so shout your name to buzz in here, okay?
Against
Okay.
You two.
Kayla?
Yes.
Light work.
We have the top 7 answers on the board. Minimum of 8 games played. Top 7 on the board. Who led the NFL last season in passer rating? That is not correct.
That's a penalty, right? Do I automatically win? Jeez Louise, Kayla. I passer rating. I will go.
Answer.
Drake May.
Drake May, number 1 answer.
Wow!
113.5. So you have the option. Do you want to play or do you want to pass?
We're playing, baby.
We're going to play.
We're playing. Now that we have the FCC violation,
Yeah.
Kayla.
It happens.
It's
The guy that you
Friday.
said is not on the list.
Oh, shoot.
So, over to Alan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think, Alan? Number 1 answer, 113.5, Drake May. Look for this. Top
Yeah, we're
7
just going to go with the classics, right?
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Survey says
Ding.
number 5 answer is
Hey.
Josh Allen.
Right.
Little dicey.
Yeah. Back over to Matt. No strikes against you.
Okay.
Only 5 left.
I'm gonna go a little. No.
A little what?
I gave up halfway through. I'm gonna go Matt Stafford.
Matthew Stafford?
Matthew.
What's his real name?
John.
John
Matthew
Yeah,
Stafford.
make sure to say it right.
It's a lawyer.
Survey says 109.2. Number 2 answer. Matt
That was
Stafford.
mine.
Woo! There's no stopping them.
Come on, we're on fire.
Yeah, no strikes against you.
Yeah.
Only 4 names separate you from victory. Only have 1 round today. So,
Right. This is a little bit dicey because I know he was injured for
Look
a bit.
at Allen getting into the game.
I'm going to go Lamar
Lamar
Jackson.
103.8. Number 4.
Come on.
Nice.
Only 3 names left up there.
So
And no strikes.
I'm tempted to go Sam Darnold, but I'm scared.
Ooh, ee.
I also am tempted to go Bo Nix, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, out of the 2 of them that I'm more confident in, I am going to go Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. Boy, I don't see him in the top 20, so that's a 1 strike against
Oh,
him.
really? Is
Strike
that bad?
one.
Oh, Nix.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 more left on the board. Top 7 answers on the board. The leading quarterbacks in passer rating last year, May 1, Stafford 2. You guys got Lamar Jackson 4, Josh Allen 5. So you still need 3, 6, and 7. Only 1 strike. If you get the answers, you win. If you strike out, then Ant and Kayla have a chance to steal it and win.
Okay.
What do you think? Alan Stiles.
Yeah.
He came in here, but he's been just a
No.
firebrand.
No.
He's been a
So
font of football
excited.
information.
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be, right? Dak?
Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott, number 13 in passer
Wow,
rating.
really?
Strike 2. Only 1 strike left,
I've
Matt.
got 2 names on the dome.
What are they?
I
You
don't
need
wanna- I don't
3,
wanna
6,
spoil
and
it.
7.
Okay.
Drake May, Matthew Stafford 1 and 2, Lamar Jackson 4, Josh Allen 5. 2 strikes against you, Matt. If you miss, Kayla and Ant could steal and win. If you get it right, you keep your march towards victory going. What do you got?
I don't remember how good they were last season.
Well,
They weren't very
that's
good.
not encouraging for Allen.
I know one team that I've thought of wasn't good at all, but they have a big name.
Uh-huh. We are going to need an answer at some point
I
because the
am
Drive
going
guys
to
are coming
go-
on. And they're waiting in the wings.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. These passer rating thing is weird.
That's what I'm
They're
thinking.
tough.
Jared Goff. 105.5, number 3.
Come on, Goff.
Come
I always
on.
believed in you.
1 May, 2 Stafford, 3 Goff, 4
Wow.
Lamar Jackson, 5 Allen. Only 6 and 7 separate you from victory.
Okay.
But you have 2 strikes against you.
That's right. We do.
One more misstep. Kayla and Ann could steal.
Okay.
We got
Alan
the
Stiles.
2 most obscure. We're in good shape.
Alan Stiles has played a great game. Came in kind of, but he's been excellent.
I'm just going to go with the champ, right? Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. If it's up there, you're still alive,
Come on,
still
JSN.
marching towards victory. If it's not, you strike out. And and Ant and Kayla could steal. You said Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
Number 14 on the list.
Oh, my
Right, 3, you're out.
goodness.
But you could still pull this out. So one.
We got it in the bag.
One left. One
trust you.
answer for
We got
Ant
it.
and Kayla.
Kayla's on her own.
He
Looking
did
for-
say minimum 8 games, so I'm thinking that there's someone in the
Yeah.
Bay Area who might have been just snuck in there with passer rating because he never threw any interceptions.
We need number 6. We need number 7. We've got Drake May,
But he
Matthew
said
Stafford,
minimum
Jared
of
Goff,
what?
Lamar
8
Jackson,
games.
Josh Allen. Minimum of 8 games played. If you get 6 or 7,
I know, 'cause
you
I was
win. If you
gonna say
don't,
that, but
Matt and
okay.
Allen
I think
still
he
win.
did play.
I think he played right at that.
Yeah, and I think that's why he said it.
Okay, so let's go with Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. Let's see. Number 7 is a guy who played only 8 games.
I was just thinking the other one.
Joe Burrow.
No.
So you
I
need
didn't
number
even,
6.
I didn't even know
So-
Burrow played.
We talked about this yesterday.
8
Kayla.
games.
Brock Purdy played 9 games.
So if Brock Purdy is number 6, Kayla and Ant win. If it's someone else,
I like your chances.
Matt and Alan Stiles win. Number 6, 101.2 passer rating for Alan's guy, Jordan Love. Great match. Well played. Matt and Alan pull out a hard fought Family Feud victory. Well played, everybody.
Yeah, let me check my heart rate.
Whoa!
I almost said Aaron Rodgers. I'm really glad I did.
Wow.
Oh, God. Yeah, that wouldn't have been
Yeah,
good.
it wouldn't have been good, right?
He was
Yeah.
top 20.
Where was Trevor Lawrence on that
Trevor
list?
Lawrence was number 20.
Okay.
Yeah. Well done. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great game. Great
I was
game.
going to say my boy Baker, but he fell off that cliff.
Yeah, he did.
Man.
Started off.
He did.
I'm just proud we got our first Kayla Anderson cuss word on the air from that game. You've done so well.
Because I'm used to actually doing the right thing. You push the buzzer.
She raised her
So
hand
I
She
pushed
did.
way
the
before,
buzzer.
but she didn't say her name.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel, not humble, when I have to say my own name. Kayla.
Sure. We got the Drive guys. We got Alan Stiles, the victor. We've got the host, Whitey Gleason. 4 hours to wrap up your week. Their reaction to LeBron James and more coming up next here. Kayla and I will be back. We'll be both back on Tuesday.
I will be back on Monday.
Kayla holding it down
Matt's gonna
on
be out.
Monday for you. Looking forward to talking to you next week. Until then, have a good one. The Drive guys next on Sactown Sports.
Peace.